Let's see how this goes. Okay.
Hey guys, welcome back to Clownfish TV. This is Neo. I am here with Geeky Sparkles.
Hello.
And we're going to talk about Marvel Comics choosing death. I am bored that they don't take away the rightness from their failures, right?
I know, I don't understand it either.
So we did do a video the other day talking about Tom Brevoort, and they're trying to antagonize fans. They want you angry because at least then you are talking about their stories, and people might go out and buy the book.
That's really
right?
what they're betting on?
But this is just incredibly stupid. We're going to talk about some big changes.
That's a horrible way of betting on things.
This could be a stunt, and they can reverse it later. But they're going to insert Ms. Marvel into the X-Men timeline, and she's going to apparently become a very important X-person. Because
so well for the Marvel game.
Yeah, it worked out so well. But this goes along with the fact that they made her a mutant in the MCU, and people are speculating that when they finally do have an X-Men movie in the MCU, she's going to be like the lead character. She's going to be like the Kitty Pryde or Rogue character.
Okay, here's the thing though. When the show didn't do well, and the Marvels didn't do well...
Why would you think this is a... Yeah, why would you do that? That doesn't make any sense. Why would you do that? That's kind of crazy.
They're going to make her stick. Like, they will not...
No, because she won't stick. That's the one thing. This is one character they tried and tried and tried. Everything they could think of, and she will not stick.
It's so stupid. So we're going to talk about another idiotic move. Apparently in X-16, they are bringing actual Gwen Stacy back to life.
Are you serious?
Before we had the multiverse version that Gwenpool and Spider-Gwen, and they're going to bring her back from the dead, and they're going to turn her into Gwenpool proper, and things will be the same until they are. But like, people are pissed about this too. They're like, come on, this is dumb. And this is being written by the guy who did the hybrid comics, so I'm sure it'll be
Damn.
And then we're going to talk about how 3 Marvel shows apparently got put on hold. And this could be because of the lukewarm reaction to many of the Marvel projects on Disney Plus.
I think there's a couple reasons for it. I think it's one they're changing their approach too. But we can talk about that when we get to it.
Yeah, I just... whatever. Again, this is another one. We did the video talking to Bond today too, and I have just given up hope on Marvel being good again, ever. Marvel Comics especially being good again, ever. Every time they have something good going,
they fuck it up. They purposely do it.
They ruin it, right? I mean, it's just like, it's so stupid. So let's talk about this. Before we get into any further, please subscribe for more pop culture news, views, and rants. Guys, will get a whoop.
All right.
Kickstarter, check out the Shadowbinders Steampunk Fantasy Heart Enamel Pins Series 1. These are going to be flipped pretty quick. They already have the artwork over at the manufacturer. It's just pretty much as soon as we get them in. But you do have less than a day if you want to get these pins, if you're a fan of the comic series. Thank you very much for the support. So I don't even know where to go with this first. I guess we'll go out to Bounding in the comics. Marvel's going to completely wreck and reassemble the X-Men canon in the upcoming giant-size X-Men 50th anniversary event. So the 50th anniversary of the X-Men, for the 50th anniversary, just like Dungeons and Dragons, for the 50th anniversary of the X-Men, we're going to retcon it. So Ms. Marvel is now an X-Man woman, and she's like the most important character.
Why? But why though?
I have no words. Like, they have tried. They have tried to make this work. No sense. And it has not worked. They rebooted it. I mean, they've had restarted a couple times.
Why
though? They've shoved her into games, everything. People don't like it. They don't care. So that's the big one, to go shove her to something else.
Yeah, so apparently they did, I remember this vaguely, a couple of years ago, they did some Ms. Marvel, the first mutant, they had her.
Right, and they had the girl that plays the actress that worked on it.
Right.
Jolly Hunter says hello.
Yeah, shove her into Dark Phoenix and House of M. And this is Giant Size X-Men #1, which is, of course, a very, very famous, one of the most famous members of all time.
Come on.
I'm sure they put her front and center.
Christ.
Oh, wow.
Oh.
They just did everything.
Yeah.
They did everything.
I'm gonna buy a new speaker.
Verse says that you're going to put on and do the time stream and have her added to some of the most iconic moments. Oh, for God's sake! This is kind of like with Clara Doctor Who.
I hated Clara. So
yeah,
it tells you why I don't like this either.
And they had her like seeded throughout time, and she wound up being like she was the Mary Sue that helped the Doctor throughout time, but he doesn't remember her. She was all over the place, and she was like helping them escape Gallifrey. And she was it's like, come on, so stupid. They said, yeah, her mutant identity was revealed at the end of the Krakoa era, sucked into the past, and introduced to 4 pivotal moments across mutant history. The first of, so they're going to turn on a mutant in the comics.
Wait. So I'm just like, remember we talked about Reborn.
What are you drawing? I'm doing a commission for a client.
People they don't want to go back to the old, like, X-Men 97 stuff. They like the Krakoa and what comes next. Is that what he was talking about?
No, they want to go back to X-Men 75. That's what they want to do. Yeah, because Krakoa, the first comic that had Krakoa was Giant Size X-Men #1, and then they forgot about it for decades. And like,
those are actual balls.
That's an important thing in the comics. Saga, The Age of Apocalypse, and the House of M. These are all like some of the famous X-Men storylines of all time, and she's gonna be front and center, guys. She's gonna be. God,
is it just the cover, or are they just going to her into the story?
I think she's being added into the story because they're going to have a new Giant Size X-Men #1. As explained by Marvel Comics in an official press release, upon arriving in each time periods, the young heroine will not only be added into the respective story's canon narrative, but also uncover mysteries long buried and secrets that will define the future of the mutants.
So they're going to retcon everything using her.
Yeah, pretty much.
So whatever agenda shit they want now.
Yeah.
Oh my God,
much.
They will not let this character just disappear. Like she's not that popular.
That's crazy.
And I'm telling you, this is
what
because
is
they're
the
going to use her probably in the X-Men movie, and they're going to have her be the young character, the rogue or the. And I do like the actress. I mean, I think she's all right. But Kamala Khan was not a mutant. She was an Inhuman. Now she might have been a mutant if they didn't have the whole Fox thing going on. But you know what I'm saying. Ever since she discovered she was a mutant, Kamala Khan has been balancing her previous life as Ms. Marvel with her role as a leader in the new community. But her conflicted identity has come at a deep personal cost.
Listen to a
now pulled
podcast,
into the distant past by an unhinged villain with deep ties to mutant history.
That's Marvel, the writer, the unhinged villain.
Oh my God. Ms. Marvel will witness the iconic birth of the Uncanny X-Men in their first encounter with Krakoa from an all-new, all-different perspective. But when history begins to change, can either Kamala Khan or the X-Men themselves survive the experience? Can Marvel survive the experience?
I mean, Marvel can survive the experience. That's just it. This is stupid. Like, we're going to outrage everyone. Let's just make this like X-Men and rewrite it with this character. That's the only thing I can think of. That's the only thing that makes sense.
50 years. So this is like the most Mary Sue thing ever. 50 years of history. Actually, the X-Men go back further than that. But really, I mean, Giant Size X-Men kicked off the modern X-Men era that we know, right? So we're going to go back 50 years. We're going to insert this new Mary Sue character into the timeline and make her like the most important thing.
Yeah. She's the constant in the timeline. What was it in Deadpool? It was like when they lose their one being, you know, so she's the new being.
Oh my God. I can't. This is like, look. X-Men should be the highest selling comic book that Marvel puts out, or at least number 2 behind Spider-Man. They have done nothing but fuck this series up for the last 5, 8, 10 years. And it's so easy to get the X-Men right. The only X-Men thing I'm even remotely considering checking out is the Chris Claremont's going to do a Kitty Pryde Wolverine comic. And Chris Claremont has actually called Marvel. He's like, you don't understand the mutants. You don't understand what they're supposed to be, and no, they're not a stand-in for minorities, and they're not a whatever. Mm-hmm. And but this is just like, I mean, this is like just the most ridiculous. Like, oh, you didn't like Ms. Marvel the first 25 times?
Well, no, I was just like, you don't hate her enough. Give you another thing, you know?
Let's retcon the entire. Now, I'm sure it's probably a stunt, but again,
I'm sure it is. Yes.
To celebrate 50 years
you
of
don't like
Giant Size X-Men by retconning it Just like
And
Dungeons and Dragons.
throwing a character and nobody seems to like.
Yeah, throwing in a character nobody seems to like. Again, they did this with Dungeons and Dragons. They're like, oh, we're gonna retcon the history of Dungeons and Dragons. We're gonna call the people that made it bigots, and then we're gonna go back to the basic set, which is like the most famous early incarnation of D&D to that bot, and we're gonna turn the obviously white male warrior into a thick black woman to celebrate the 50th anniversary of D&D. Fuck you, fans. So yeah, fuck you, Marvel. I'm like, nobody's gonna be happy with this. And then they're digging up Gwen Stacy again. They're bringing her back.
Yeah, no one actually stays dead in this.
Put in there that people buy, and then Gwenpool maybe. I don't want to think about Ms. Marvel.
Her death is the most heart-wrenching moment in comic book history.
No, it's
her
not.
return will be the most outrageous.
No.
Teased last week. Prepare for the unthinkable with the resurrection of Gwen Stacy, written by a guy who writes the High Republic comics. Who the fuck cares?
Yeah, I know, right?
I don't care. This is not how you get your fans back, right? There's nothing like Marvel's they're not even trying to win people back. I do believe them 100% when Tom Brevoort is like, we're trying to piss people off. Because
I believe him.
Yeah,
I believe that.
But at some point, the apathy is going to set in. People are just going to be like, I don't care anymore.
Well, I don't think people care anymore in general. I mean, people talk about
the whole
they buy your
point. Maybe
stuff.
the point is just.
Yeah.
That's the point.
And isn't at the end of the game you need to sell the stuff?
Right. Just whatever. So good luck with that. So let's talk about these shows. So what's going on with these Marvel shows?
Apparently it's been announced that
TV Queen
there were
says,
3 shows they're working on for Marvel Television, which would have been like Disney Plus or whatever. It was Nova, and it was Nova, Strange Academy, and Terror Inc. And basically they're shelving them for now because long and short of it is they're trying to change their approach, because before they would do we're announcing these and we're going to do these shows as if they were the movies, and then they found out that doesn't work and you're diminishing returns, and you have people are tired of Marvel shit, subpar Marvel shit, so they're basically shelving them, and their new approach is we're going to develop a bunch of things at once, and then we're just going to pick a couple of them and shelve the rest. So that's what it was. These are 3 that we were talking about doing, and we still might do them someday. But right now, it's not our priority because we don't think anybody's going to watch.
But it's so weird because they just had a rumor the other day that Henry Cavill might play Nova.
Well, Nova's getting
Henry
shown.
Cavill's playing everybody now, I guess.
Unless they're turning into a film instead. As far as the Marvel television side is concerned.
It would be so funny if they made Henry Cavill into the Sentry. You know how funny that would be? You know how funny it would be if they made Henry Cavill into the Sentry? I would find that extremely funny. Got it on nose there.
They shelved it. So those 3 were shows they were working on. They're shelving it, but they admitted last time, we're going to work on a bunch and maybe pick and choose from those.
Yeah, I think it's just it comes back to them greenlighting a whole bunch of shows that they're subpar at, declining views. I mean, some of them are okay, right? They're not all bad, but they had to go back and reshoot Daredevil.
Well, that's what they triggered this, because they were doing this stuff and they were let these directors in there. They were getting all this idiot stuff, She-Hulk and all that stuff. And then this one, it was not working, so they fired everyone and put one showrunner in charge to fix it. And now I guess their new way of doing it is they're having showrunners develop several shows at once, and then they'll greenlight from that pool, as to just we're announcing these way far out, and then dropping the ball either in the show or the show disappears. Yeah. So really, talked about or cared about.
Thank
we're
you,
supposed to be
Dave
development, but now they're being.
Hello.
So it's nothing burger because they were never greenlit to begin with.
Yeah. So I don't know anymore. I mean, just everything. I'm just at a point where it's any kind of legacy IP right now. I really just expect them to. I did not expect Marvel to pull this crap though.
I don't even know what they were thinking. It was the single dumbest thing they could do right now.
Yeah, but I mean, comics right now, apparently nobody's paying attention from Disney or Marvel Studios.
Right,
They're
Flo
letting
says
them do
good
that.
afternoon, everyone.
Listen,
Hello, bro.
Very dumb idea, but good luck with that. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
You know, there you go. Anyway, yeah, check out the Shadowbinders pin set. Again, 19 hours to go as of review. We'll talk to you guys later.
Bye.
Okay.
Right, Flo says that you high fave.
Okay.
RIZCCISM said Botrix is a legal son of Nightbot.
Lavenda TV
Oh, it does
Queen
work.
says, how you doing, Bri?
Oh, I don't. Oh, that's actually. Riz, is it glitching for you?
Always told we need lots of practice, but there's a lot of steps in between drawing boxes and creating something like this. So I've been studying how professional artists apply what they've learned to create meaningful art that we as viewers care about. And now I'm here to tell you about 3 keys to a great artwork that often go overlooked. I'll walk you through how I applied all of this to my latest piece, so you can make your own art better too. We'll be going over a simple method to get better ideas, then a few techniques to communicate your ideas more clearly, and finally, I'll show you a way to speed up your art process without sacrificing any quality. So, one of the biggest mistakes me and a lot of other artists make is not giving our characters anything to do. This is really bad, since there is not many personality if they're stuck in the void doing nothing. The number one way to fix this is trying to tell a story with your art. It doesn't need to be anything big or too complex.
I think everyone on this planet plays this game by now.
Helps you make more interesting decisions. The easiest way to give your character a story is to work around a verb. For example, take a look at this character art by Prince. You can see how the fact that this maid is falling is affecting everything around her. Even a story as simple as this can provoke reactions such as surprise or pain. This is immediately more interesting than if they were just standing straight. The cool thing is that we can take this even further by describing the verb
I
itself.
usually main most
Look
supports.
at this other artwork by Krenz. The maid from before is cleaning sadly. You can make pretty much any combination you can imagine. Running angrily, eating happily, standing menacingly. The point is, just give them something to do. I, for example, decided to make this girl hold some flowers happily. No need to think about it
the only
too hard.
healer I don't
We're
play
still
as
in
is
the
Loki.
brainstorming phase. Just pick a verb and try to work around it. So after giving it some thought, we know what's going on in our scene, but we want to make sure our viewers can understand what's happening too. Professional artists do this by using composition to naturally direct our attention to certain part of their artwork. Think about who or what you want your audience to be drawn to.
I don't have a favorite, I just play whoever
Take a look at
seems
this
to be
other
best
piece
at
by
the time
Krenz.
for the healing.
There's a lot going on, but notice how everywhere you look, there's an element guiding your eyes back to it right here. This is what's called convergence, and it happens when many lines meet on the same place. But there's no need for complex structures like this. You're just starting out. You can use other elements like your character's hair, clothes, limbs, and pretty much anything you can think of to create convergence. Other piece by Razi, we can make our focal points stand out even more by using contrast. Contrast is created when an element in our piece is strikingly different from the rest of our scene. For example, you can create contrast with lighting, saturation, color, size, shapes, and so on. I decided I wanted the focal point of my piece to be around here. You can see how I created a sense of convergence using her hair and clothes.
Right, Flo says that you fave art. Good, thanks for asking,
I
Agent.
like my focal point
blended
even
these
more.
days.
There's a
Okay.
lot to talk about when it comes to composition.
So, wait.
But just
Oh,
by
that's what you
combining
mean by that.
Convergence and contrast.
So,
You can create a
how long does it take you to do
for
any
the
of them?
viewer that's also easy to digest. The thing is that creating a three-dimensional scene in your head that also tells a story is really hard. But there's a trick that can save you hundreds of hours in the long run. Let's introduce you to thumbnailing. Thumbnailing is doing a series of quick small sketches to test out compositions. This way you can quickly discard ideas that don't work. In instead of dedicating hours trying to save a piece that didn't look good in the first place. For example, a few months ago, I
Lavenda
made a
TV
bunch of
Queen
thumbnails
says I'm
with
good
this
celebrating my
drawing.
day
After
in
trying many
OFC.
different angles, I knew this was the one, even if I still hadn't everything.
Yeah, how long did it take you to do it? I know.
Path from the beginning, and all it took was a few minutes of thumbnailing. Here's the thumbnail I used for my last piece too.
So
There's
doesn't
not
change the
much
question?
going on yet, but it has the same general shape to it as the final.
Question, Fave, is the spikes over or under the... I feel like it's over the knee, because based on what you gave me, it's like at the knee. And I don't think that makes
Lavenda
much
TV
sense.
Queen says over.
Okay. Okay. And this part, is this under or over the knee? Because both of them are both on the kneecap. So I can't tell if this is under the knee or is over the knee. Oh no, on the reference it's on the knee, to be honest. Is it over the knee? No, I think it's about just over the knee, I think now.
Lavenda TV Queen says over, and it's also furry.
Okay.
Piece does. By now you can probably tell that there's a lot that goes into an artwork like this. One of the things that separates our work from the best are
2 days
lots
I
of
work 8
intention
hours
and
on
planning
them.
behind
Okay.
it. This comes less naturally to
And how
lower
many have you done
level
within those
artists,
2
but
days?
that's
Or at
okay.
least
The
within the
only
time?
reason professionals get it right so easy is because of how much they've learned from the many mistakes they've made. There's nothing wrong with drawing aimlessly for
Hey
fun.
man, what's
But
going
just
on?
taking some time to plan your next piece really make a big difference when it comes to connecting with your viewers. And speaking of connecting with viewers, I really wanted to say thank you to everyone who
from the
watched my
banana
previous
itself?
video. I was
Oh my
told that
God, why
wanting
is
a
my
YouTube
mail
channel
pop?
was going to be a very lonely journey for a long time. But knowing there's thousands of you watching already and getting something out of my work gives me to make better content. I also left a few links in the description where I'll be posting my art from now on, since a few of you asked me in the comments. So thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.
RIGECCISM said I'm a lazy guy.
I understand. Being lazy is pretty easy. I know. I feel like I like being lazy, to be honest. Alright, let's see. What's this one? Alright, so this one says the wildest crowds in fiction. I find this funny. I think this is going to be funny. Let's see what this is about. Alright, so basically, video. Wait, what is that other one? Yeah. Oh, what's that about? Yeah. Yeah, it's the weirdest thing. So like here.
Lavenda TV Queen says it, man, underscore of underscore wisdom underscore my commission.
Are you drawing? Yeah, I'm doing, her commission. Faves.
Throughout all time in media, people have been crashing out. From our neighborhood NPC Miles Molasses to godlike beings. Ladies and gentlemen, I, JP Talk Too Much, have taken it upon myself to document these crash outs. In this new series,
Maybe you just need to
the crash outs.
lessen a little bit on the spending time. I'm pretty sure she'll understand.
Everything's a threat. I'm coming straight for next. Watch out. Today we will be looking at a youngin' I've talked about before. File number 001 is none other than Garo. Like I've mentioned before, Garo has been crashing out since he was a child, and it didn't take a lot for this man to go off the rails. Today we will be looking at two
Wait, can you
instances
blame
where
him
Garo
though?
was lookout king.
But the question is, can you blame him though? It's not his fault, bro. It kind of goes for Naruto too. You can't blame them though.
The Chunin exam when he was fighting Lee, and then when he was fighting Sasuke, and then going on a
Looks
rampage
fire.
afterwards
Thank you.
as Shukaku. So grab some popcorn, relax, and don't
Well,
forget to join
hopefully
the
we'll get
Discord
this
and
done in
donate
time.
to me and Omi's.
Take my time, not overdo it.
donated. Like, bro, I'm not asking you to donate $500. If 1,000 decided to donate just $1, I would appreciate that. But without further ado, let's get into it. The fight started. Lee is doing his thing, and Gara is already tweaking. Really? From the jump, Mans catches Lee and tosses him like a sack of potatoes. And it's basically impossible for Lee to get any hit on Gaara because of the
La
sand.
Venda
There's
TV
also
Queen
one find
says
out
it
that
dozy
Lee
is
has
lavender.
access to any ninjutsu, so the odds are stacked against him. Anywho, after a close call, we get, in my opinion,
It's my OC
the most
lavender,
famous moment in Naruto. Rock Lee takes off the weight. Tamari
Yeah,
is
it's not my
raising
OC.
Gaara as usual,
This is Faith
until she
Artist
was
OC. I'm doing her
silenced
commission.
by the heavy ass weights that fell on the floor. And Gaara is tweaking, as always. Like, bro, look how angry he is. Like, bro, he has zero eyebrows. And you can still tell this nigga's mad. Like, that's just how mad he is. Anywho,
Oh, thank you. I
Rock Lee
appreciate it,
jumps down and starts putting in that work. And then he kicks this nigga right in the head. Now, dear viewers, anybody else would have probably died from this kick. But not the crash out Gaara. Rock Lee starts showing off, and Gaara is not having a good time. Kankuro is like,
Oh, shit. Here we go again.
cause he know this nigga.
Yeah, the
Gaara is
tone of that fight was crazy because, like, I remember seeing as a kid. I remember seeing this. Like, it was so, like, we all thought he was gonna like get destroyed on the first round, right? So when Lee was doing his thing, he was like, okay. I kind of feel bad for Lee. There's no way he has no ninjutsu at all. So I was like, this is gonna be like a one and done. But then when my boy bringing up with those kicks, and then he actually broke through his barrier, I was like, what the hell? Oh man, everyone was on their seats watching this. I'm pretty sure when I was growing up. Oh man, watching Lee do his thing. This was like this put. Saying this put anime on the map because anime was kind of on that map already, but like other than Dragon Ball, this was on that shit. I was like, oh my god. Let's go, Lee. Maybe he has a chance.
look at his face.
I'm not gonna lie to you. I know they like to portray Naruto as the quote-unquote underdog, but let's be honest, the real hero here is Lee. Lee is the true underdog. He is the Deku of the show, if you really stop and think about it. My boy Lee was the Deku of the show. He was the real underdog. If anything, the show should have been about him. He was the real anime protagonist. Let's just be honest, my boy Lee.
Nigga is off of work. Ladies and gentlemen, this can only be the result of drugs. Gaara just put on his sandal. And of course, he starts talking shit afterwards. So Rock Lee proceeds to use the Mary Lotus on him. Like, bro, I swear, Lee was trying to kill this man. Look at this game. Bro, he should be dead. Yo, is this nigga Lee smiling, bro? Like, imagine, bro, you just
La
killed
Venda
a man and
TV
you're
Queen
smiling?
says that I
This
gotta
nigga
go.
Lee
If you
said,
have questions, text me, please.
Yeah, no problem.
Anywho, unfortunately for Lee, it was only the armor. Gaara escaped and pulled up with the most menacing look I have seen on a person's face. Like, bro, this nigga is really tweaking right now, bro. Anywho, he started bodying Lee, bro. He turned this nigga into a crash test dummy. And bro, he's licking his lips, bro. Like, who does this? Rock Lee is not looking too well, bro. He's cooked. He doesn't have movement due to the primary lotus being a massive strain on your body. And here goes Kankuro meat riding as usual. But a bit later, Lee opens the fourth gate and everybody is flabbergasted. Lee rocks this nigga's chin and sends him in the air. Like, yo, there's that sweet chin music, bro. Had this nigga Gaara seeing God and then turn him into destroying his sand armor in the process. And at this point, bro, Loki, Gaara is getting scared now. Like, bro, Rock Lee legit looks like a little demon. He hit Gaara with that fake out, checks him, grabs him before he falls, and bro, this hit, your insides are not okay anymore after this. Like, bro, these guys are like 12 years old. I don't even think an adult would be able to survive this. Unfortunately for Lee, Gaara did. But now Rock Lee's out of commission. And bro, Gaara starts tweaking. Rock Lee is legit crawling away.
You know, when you stop and really think about it, like, sound is faster than correct? If I'm correct on that, right? Like the power of sound is faster than sand, correct? Why the fuck did the sound ninjas have such a hard time with Gaara in the first place? They're pretty much a polar opposite to each other. But somehow Lee, who can move really, really fast, who's from the Leaf Village, put his hands on this man. It's better to try your hardest and lose than barely do anything to win. I guess so. That's true. But that's kind of weird when you actually stop and think about it. Like, Because he did beat up and destroy those N ninjas in the Forest of Death. So, like, aren't they, like, polar opposites based on just that?
Gara, this little demon, grabbed Lee's arm and leg with his sand and uses hand coffin, crippling this nigga Lee. He turned that nigga into a JoJo character. Bro, he was not done there. He was legit about to kill this kid. And look how mad he is when he didn't succeed. Boy, bro, this is the definition of tweaking. Anywho, bro, after Mike Guy saved Lee, Gara decided to quit and walked out. The next time Gara crashed out was against Sasuke in the next phase of the Chunin exam. Gara started the fight already tweaking. Like, this man is on the edge of crashing out. Even the smallest gust of wind will be enough nigga over the edge. Look at his face as they're starting. This is someone who has murder on their mind. Anyways, he's tweaking so much he can't even use his sand right. They start squabbling and Sasuke is holding his own. Like, bro, mans ain't come to play. He pulls the cleanest fadeaway I've seen in Naruto. And he's giving Gara Lee flashback, landing a punch to the face.
I find it funny that I was saying that he gave him leave.
Bruh, what is... I cannot stop laughing at this, bro. Oh my goodness, what kind of animation is this? Yeah, this is some Looney Tunes shit, not gonna lie, bro. Making me like Speedy Gonzalez. That aside, he actually starts scaring Garo with his speed. Oh, he gave this nigga Garo the 5-toe salute.
5 toes.
Jesus Christ, this animation again. Anywho, bro, Sasuke is really giving Gara. He forced this nigga Gara into hiding. It was a trap, but Sasuke finally getting tired of Gara hiding, busts out the Chidori, and Orochimaru, watching, is getting a boner. Using the Chidori, Sasuke gets through the bubble, injuring Gara. Remember when I said the smallest wind can push this nigga over the edge? So yeah, Gara starts tweaking.
Yeah, that right there just threw my...
begins or crash out.
Yo, that was legitimate the funniest. Well, I wouldn't say funniest. It was the most scariest, but yet funniest crash out. It depends on who was watching. Like, if you heard a scream like this, either you laughed or you was, oh god, this is gonna get worse. It has gotten to the point where, oh, we're screwed, right? But like, you didn't give a shit about anime, and you heard this man screaming, you would be laughing because, like, what the hell?
Brings Kaku to play. And Sasuke is traumatized because he doesn't know whether that was a penis, hand, or an arm that hit him. So this nigga starts going through the 5 stages of grief right now, bro. Gara comes out of the sand bubble, and this nigga is tweaking. Straight off a burnt 50. Anywho, Orochimaru attacks the village, and now Sasuke is squaring up with Gara in the forest. And even worse than before, he partially transforms into Shukaku and starts going on a rampage. He had the nigga Sasuke scared for his life. You're never getting that ass, Sasuke. I swear I'll find you. Now, ladies and gentlemen, these are serious threats. And Sasuke is a better man than me, because I would have
He's better than me. When a grown man talk to me like that.
He's not. He gets to face down, and they start squabbling. But it's not going in Sasuke's favor. And every second the fight goes on, Gara becomes... Mans is really like a rabid animal. Bro is really slobbering right now. Anywho, Sasuke goes to finish it off with a Chidori. And he does it. Gara is down. What? Oh, wait, never mind. This nigga is still crazy. He's laughing. Like, bro, Gara is way off the deep end right now. Mans is yapping away about how good the pain is. And then he manifested. Bro really thinks he's Luffy right now, bro. Sasuke's trying to fight back, but, you know, nothing's working. And he gets bitch slapped into next Tuesday. Sasuke is practically down. And this motherfucker Gara yapping while drooling and slobbering. Like, bro, truly a crash out in both name, look, and actions.
Damn.
Anywho,
no, the fuck you ain't.
But he also got cooked in the process. Gara, always looking to beef up his street cred, goes to kill Sasuke and gets rocked in the face by Naruto. And this nigga is tweaking. Naruto is flabbergasted at this crazy nigga. Gara is just trying to kill Sasuke and is about to do it until Sakura in the way. So he
Are you serious?
The fuck
Yes,
out of
I agree.
You know what's funny? I don't remember that part. I don't remember this bitch actually jumping into this fight. I think my mind literally felt this woman out of my fucking... Bro, I don't remember this conversation. Bro, I don't remember she being part of this fight. Bitch is useless. this. I blocked this woman out of my mind. What the hell? I don't remember this. Holy shit.
Did she get in the way of him, bro?
Yeah, right? Like, bro, I don't remember this woman being in this fight in the slightest. I remember it was Naruto, it was Gaara, and it was Sasuke. That's what I remember. Everything after that, I don't remember anything with... No, this is what I remember. It was Sasuke, it was Naruto, it was Gaara, and then they would jump back and forth between them with the third when he was alive.
Your says I was like she was there.
And it was Orochimaru fighting him and the Leaf Village being attacked. That's what I remember. And his summoning, that ape summoning, that was a cool summoning that he had, that ape guy. That's what I remember the fight. And then he did the whole like made Orochimaru's arms like be like disabled for a good while, for a good whole like few seasons or so, all the way to I think Shippuden, I believe. It was like that, and then he was going to like summon the second, first, and the third, the fourth Hokage, but he didn't manage to. That's what I remember. I don't remember this bitch in this fight in the slightest. Man, I literally blocked this fight. That's crazy.
What she thought she was gonna do?
Shit.
Galactic Man says XD.
Shit, I remember Krillin and all the other Z fighters when they're on the side watching them fight Cell, the androids, whatever. I remember all those fights. But when it comes to Naruto and this fight, I don't remember a woman in this fight in the slightest. That's crazy. That's how useless she is.
Give her that. Naruto tries to fight.
Holy shit.
And Garo is going mental. Man is casually ragdolling Naruto.
And you know what's worse? She's the medical ninja in the room. Why the fuck are you going you are the healer. You are the strategist. You stay in the fucking back line. What the fuck you in the front?
Naruto notices, hey, this nigga really tweaking right now.
You know, when you really think about it, in Dragon Ball, Dende knew his fucking place. You know when it was on Planet Namek.
You Kaizen, you are the keeper, why at the front line?
Exactly, like, bro, like when we was watching Ball and the Frieza saga, when they was fighting Frieza and Goku was still in the healing chamber. Dende knew his place. This motherfucker was in the corner healing them one by one when one went down. So when Krillin was fighting, like, say, Frieza or, like, Piccolo mainly, he'll, like, Krillin and then he'll heal, like, Gohan. And Frieza's like, wait, why the fuck? I was so certain I slapped this one from, like, to next week. How is he still up? There's no way. He's not that strong. Then he's like, hold up. And then he shot Dende. I was like, dude, pull the whole ultimate on one healer. You know you're a bitch. Frieza, you a bitch. Why would you do this? Oh my god.
Garo is the definition of a mental patient. Like, bro, throw this nigga in the
Kaizen says bro said get him out.
Unfortunately, that toad was Gamakichi, who was still a child. And the moment you summon, he starts yapping about one
says take out the healer first.
More and more Shukaku. Anywho, they get to fighting, and Naruto's shadow clones are useless. And he just starts beating the shit out of Naruto. Anywho, Naruto, who I'm assuming is tired of getting his ass beat, puts up a kunai and just starts spamming shadow clone jutsu. Now we know he's about to pull off.
Not gonna lie, Naruto hardly ever used like paper bombs. I think he uses paper bombs more like Shippuden, if I remember right, but young Naruto at this stage, that was very rare. I don't even remember him doing that either. Shit.
Because he got a fucking paper bomb, and he does all of this summoning to just stab Gaara in his ass.
Are you fucking? I don't remember this.
That's a different level of violation. He will never walk the same again.
Bro, I don't remember this. Bro, I don't remember this part. What the fuck is happening? He really did this. Mans really took the knife. This generation level of disrespect, right?
But he did blow. I'm not gonna lie, he did some damage. Anywho, Sasuke tries telling Naruto to grab Sakura and run. But you know, Naruto got a peanut brain, so he just summoned a bunch of shadow clones. And everyone, Gaara is in distress.
Oh,
Naruto
shit.
on the attack and hits him with a 2K barrage. And jump this nigga by himself. Well, with the clones, but they were on him, so by himself.
I guess it
Garo
counts.
gets heated and starts screaming about not losing to
Yukizan says I need to rewatch Shippuden.
No, this is Naruto. This is when he's younger. Shippuden's the other one when he's older.
Transforms
Much
into
older.
the full Shukaku. And then he legit tried to kill Naruto with a sand barrier. But Naruto finally managed to summon God. And just like his son, he starts yapping. But anywho, after agreeing to help Naruto,
He starts yapping.
locked in, my boy. He was
Yukizan says I forgot too many timelines.
Yeah, I got you.
Jutsu, letting Shukaku take over. And Jesus Christ, this immediately starts yapping. Anywho, bro, we got a big old kaiju battle between a giant sand crab and a giant toad. We got Godzilla versus Kong at home.
Oh yeah, this is. I remember this moment. And then, the frog, he uses like a jutsu, and it looks like the Nine Tails. I think that freaked out everyone a little bit. Like, what the fuck?
Yukizan says where to drive.
I'm doing a commission for my client. They was in here just a few minutes ago, but they wanted to go do something, so they might be back by then.
Dropped it. Gives Naruto the idea to transform him, and that does. And whoop-de-fucking-do, Naruto decided the Nine Tails was the best option. They squabble for a bit, and then Naruto gives Gaara a headbutt that he will never forget, waking his dumb ass up. After a bit, Naruto pulls out the Nine Tails chopper and tries to fight Gaara. Until it wasn't. And Garo gets another headbutt for his troubles. But this looks like it hurts a lot. And it took Garo out of his Shukaku form. Naruto rocks his ass with a punch afterwards. And we all know what happened afterwards. Naruto manages to becoming a good boy.
Yo, for real, bro. What the fuck? No, I'm sorry. I don't care. You're a Boruto fan. Even they should leave my boy Garo alone to the Shinobi War. Like, for real, dude. They did not have to touch boy's hair. There was no reason to touch motherfucker's hair.
Yukizan says I was bro. What did they do to his cup, bro?
Yo, bro, like, leave her alone, bro. It was not that serious. Like, I understand you're trying to age him up because, like, time passed. At least put some wrinkles on his face or some shit. Like, put those lines like fucking like Itachi does. But you don't have to fucking fuck the line, bro.
Right says crazy edit.
You fucked his whole line up, bro.
Yukizan's bro is not Saitama.
It was worse. You know what's worse?
Just Danu says facts.
Like, bro, you made Vegeta look like his whole hairline, bro. Like, man. Like, we give Vegeta all the shits for his hairline, right? Like, what they did to Gaara? Nah, bro, you make Vegeta look common.
Madara said the only thing that aged up was his hairline.
That was wild.
He went a little too far. But that, ladies and gentlemen, will be episode 1 of the Crash Out
that
Files.
still makes me seeing that to this day.
The part from regular show. The part from regular show is just full of crash outs for some reason. Like, the smallest things will send these characters on a rampage. Muscle Man. But before we begin, don't forget to support me and Omi, so please donate whatever you can. If you haven't become a member of the channel yet, join. The button's right there. You get your videos early, and you'll see all the emotes and stuff I use in my videos. You will have access to, like, so you can have fun in the comments. So become a member today. Anywho, sit back, relax,
Yeah, I'm playing real life right now, and I scroll upon Volgar. Bro.
Yukizan to reinstall mine.
The first case we're going to be looking at is Rigby crashing out over getting punched. So Rigby always loses at punching. Like, bro, this man literally lost to Pops and Punchy.
That was funny.
Strand of muscle in his body. He even got his butt cheek messed up. Anywho, Rigby gets mad and goes in that room to throw a tantrum himself in the face with a book. But luckily, he finds out about Death Kwando. And turns out all you have to do is a mullet and wear booty shorts, and voila. You're a Death Kwando master. Like, bro, this has to be the worst fit in history of fits, bro.
That's the point of the fit. No, that's the point of the fit. The fit is supposed to look ridiculous so no one will actually wear it. That's what makes it funny. That's the point of the joke. You're supposed to look ridiculous as shit.
Says recaps, but funny.
Yeah, right?
requires you to wear booty shorts for it to work. Like, that has to have been somebody's fetish, bro. Like, seriously, who would want to see a raccoon in booty shorts? Took some regular jeans and ruined them. That's the martial arts right here, bro. Anyway, after realizing the power, Rigby starts going insane. This man just went around punching everybody he lost to. And when he couldn't find more to punch him to death, he starts punching random ass civilians. definition of a crash out, man. Mans is going around destroying the entire park because he was losing in punches. And Mordecai showed himself. Rigby had everybody else treating him like a king. Unfortunately for Rigby.
But Skips though? That's weird. Honestly, if he knocked him out and he was not there, I can get that. But like, he was there. He can't die, so.
Mordecai also learned Death Kwando, but mainly the Death Block, and Rigby can't really harm him. But he keeps punching until he digs a hole to... Like, bro, I've always had a problem with them calling this regular show, because there's nothing regular about this.
It's the point of the joke.
His punches start cracking the wall, releasing lava into the hole.
It's nothing but. It's anything but regular.
Fakes being defeated.
That's like... Ain't that like one of the quintessential quotes of the show? That was like... Yeah, it was like... That was a quote in the commercial when the show was like... new and airing within the 2010s. It was like, it says anything but regular. The show's anything but regular. That's the point of the show.
The hole that they were in thanks to the death jump. And that was Rigby's crash out. Now Mordecai's crash out all happens a sim. Mans killed Rigby because he had 0 riz. When Rigby notices this nigga has no riz, he starts showing off. And he gets Margaret to go to the movies with him. And I'm not gonna lie, bro, he's like a complete ass. Every chance he gets to make fun of Mordecai, he does it. And then it happened. It's time for his date, and he finds this nigga Mordecai sitting down watching Static on the TV. Right, short lesson with
you're on the crash site. You on that crash site when you're just sitting, your boy watching some Static. Bro's literally sitting there watching. Yo, he's looking at some Static. What the fuck is wrong with you?
One of your homies, man.
Bro was feeling it.
Especially nowadays, bro. Do you know how hard it is to find Static on a TV, bro? Like, bro, I'd understand if they was watching Teletubbies or something, but Static? This is a sign of pure demon time. A sign that they're ready. Rigby finds this out when he realized Mordecai took the battery out of his watch, so he doesn't know what time it is. So Mordecai and Rigby runs around the whole house, grabbing every clock, so Rigby doesn't see the time. And then he proceeds to shove him in the microwave and turn that bitch on, which ends up taking him to the time dimension. And I mean, this jealous ass Mordecai pushes Rigby out, killing him. Like, bro, you crashed out that hard over having no risk? It took father time showing him the dumb shit he's done just because he's jealous for him to realize that he fucked up. But luckily for him, this is regular show and he gets a do. Muscle Man, on the other hand, oh lord, where do I even start with Muscle Man?
Is this
the first case we're gonna be looking at for Muscle Man is when he got pranked. So Thomas was a new employee and everybody was pranking him in like the first week. Even Skips and Pops got into pranking. Everybody was having fun until Muscle Man started doing
the only thing that aged that was okay.
Was over, and nigga was still going on. Farting in this dude's face like Muscle Man, but we know you don't shower. Could have killed him. Anywho, Rigby and Mordecai, who are professional empaths, decided it was not good that Muscle Man was pranking Thomas this much, even though Thomas was fine with it. So they decided to prank Muscle Man and spill a bunch of trash on him, telling him that it was Thomas who did the prank. And on God, bro, I don't even know why Muscle Man is mad. Like, bro, you look like you belong in the trash. Yeah, but that didn't stop him against Thomas. Man starts running through the forest, tossing trees. Like, bro, look at this great value hole, picking up this big ass boulder and tossing it. Like, bro, dude was ready to murder Thomas all because of a prank. Like, bro, imagine your coworker just casually palming 2 trees, 1 in each hand. Muscle Man is a grade A crash out, bro. Bro was destroying the park in the process. How do you people even make money? If every week one of you guys crash out and destroy the park, bro, how is this place even profitable? I know that you guys are like $1 trillion in debt because you niggas crash out way too often for that to not be possible. And Rigby, Mordecai, and Thomas are booking it from this angry Shrek, and this nigga picks up a whole car. Now, ladies and gentlemen, if you thought that was the worst part, I will tell you what came next. Found Thomas. And while he drives away, Muscle Man picks up this big ass shed, lifts it over his head like he was Superman, and starts running with that bitch full speed. And he tosses that thing like he was Patrick Mahomes, attempting to kill Thomas. All because he was pranked. Anywho, that prank didn't go over well. So the next time they did that he was doing too many pranks, they gave him a fake lottery ticket for his birthday. And this big dumb nigga thought he won $1 million. So he starts breaking everything in sight, because that's what you do when you apparently. I swear, it's always the broke people that thinks the moment you become rich, you start spending your money on dumb shit.
Yeah, stupid shit.
Warns Mordecai and Rigby that the last time somebody pulled a money prank on Muscle Man, it didn't end well for him. And these niggas spent the entire episode terrified of telling him the truth. So then he goes and tries to cash the lottery check, but the machine says it's invalid. And so he proceeds to be Muscle Man and starts beating the machine to give him his money. And bro, I swear these security guards were hiding in the bushes waiting for something exciting to happen, because these niggas start spawning in droves. Like, why does a lottery company have a private army. They tried to jump Muscle Man, but nothing was working. This man was fighting an entire army by himself. Bro was literally tossing these niggas. They with batons and shields and couldn't even touch this dude. Like, Muscle Man is literally a one-man army. I don't know how. Anywho,
I know this is a very...
He just done who says called Muscle Man for a reason.
I know this is like a really random fact, but most people who win the lottery go broke within the first 5 years. It's funny as hell to hear that, but it's sad at the same time.
The guy finally got the courage to tell him that the ticket was fake, and after resolving everything, they all went home. And on the drive back,
Uchiha says
if they have life insurance. Those words come
Jolly
from somebody who
Ancha
was
says
known for
facts.
crashing out, and you guys are currently in a car with him?
Because usually they don't know how
Life is
to
a
manage their
definite
money.
right now. Like, workers at the park are easily known crash outs, but what people don't realize is that the whole park alone is just full of crash outs. I remember this one Halloween episode when Rigby decided to egg a wizard's house, to which the wizard was not happy and cursed this nigga to gradually turn to kill like half the cast. And when he finally turned Rigby a house, he threw some egg back at him. Like, this wizard literally crashed out, turned Rigby into a house just so he could throw him back. And bro, let me not even get started on the pack of geese.
Oh yeah, the geese beat the shit out of them.
Who are constantly in war with a bunch of baby ducks. Next we get the Benson crash. One of the most legendary scenes in regular show. Benson is just...
I didn't notice how much there was a lot of crash outs in this show. Now he pointed it out. Now I'm seeing it. It's kind of
yelling at Mordecai and Rigby because these niggas never do anything right. Pops noticing this tells Benson, don't yell at Mordecai and Rigby for 24 hours. If I catch you, you're fired. By the way, the son of the guy who owns the park, and I guess he has the ability to just fire Benson. So Benson tries to go a whole day without yelling. It did not go well. Because even at home, everybody, to even pass the salt, bro, they told him to yell, but he can't. And so this gumball machine just keeps mad, storing all his anger. And dude legit starts turning red. No Disney. And when bro was at
no
his
Disney
point, he starts...
Wow, no Disney. Wow.
Worst is throughout the entire day, Mordecai and Rigby were just fucking up at every chance they got. And then we see Benson at the end of his rope. Bro is walking, is steaming.
Hey, what's up, bro?
I really thought he was Shinra. Firefoot head ass. Anywho, as this nigga's steaming, these two dumbasses, Mordecai and Rigby, crashes the cart right in front of him. Because this dumbass was driving with a blindfold. Anywho, Benson, trying not to yell, starts holding in his aim we've all seen from Mob Psycho 100. That never turns out.
Pretty good, pretty good. I'm just working on this.
Turning into a miniature sun.
Thanks for asking.
Pure rain.
Hope you're having
Destroying the park as usual. And when he's told he can finally yell at them, bro basically burnt their ears off with yelling. You hear shit afterwards. Imagine being told you can't yell just for 24 hours. And you proceed to get this mad if you don't yell in 24 hours. Pops has always been a chill dude, and so he's never really crashed out, except for that one time when he somehow got in a rap battle with Childish Gambino and Tyler the Creator, and won. But the next member who did crash out is Skips. The day Skips lost in wrestling will always be remembered, especially since it was to Rigby. After losing, bro, this man could not believe his eyes, and Rigby proved it back to back. Anywho, bro, the episode with Rigby being dead, and then we go back to the beginning. Skips arm wrestles everybody at the table and beats them, even though he struggled with Muscle Man's strong ass. And Muscle Man proceeds to act like the pig he is. And then he gets to Rigby. Now, nobody has any hopes or faith in Rigby. He's the weakest of them all. So they get ready to start, and Rigby wins. Skip says maybe he was ready, so they ran it back. And after a struggle, Rigby won again.
Back.
And bro was laughing.
Run that back, run it back, run it back, run it back.
Unable to believe his loss, he goes and asks for a rematch. But the niggas was playing their video game, and he proceeds to break it. Yeah, bro, the crash out already started. Anywho, while he's working out, Rigby brings Benson to get his money for the video game. And Skip asks for another rematch and loses. Mans was stressing out so bad he started going through Rigby's laundry and gets caught. And then Mordecai tells him the secret. So yeah, turns out Rigby was using this play called Arm Boy to cheat. And Skips was not happy. Bro goes back to his home gym, gets a good workout in. Anybody who goes to the when you get that good pump, he even used this van to do curls. And before leaving, he punches the sandbag open. And bro, here's a small detail I did not notice as a kid when I watched this episode. Skips walked out the door. Now, to those of you who's never seen, you guys are probably confused. Like, the fuck?
He skips. That's his name. He walked out the door, bro. What the fuck? I would never notice that. Oh, hell no.
This entire time.
What the fuck?
His name is Skips for a reason, because he skips everywhere. So the fact that he intentionally decided to
walk
out the door, bro had murder on his mind. He walks.
Remember, and his was old name called Walks or some shit like that. I think there was a joke on that. Like his name was Walks, but now Skips, and I don't think he ever divulge on why he skips, but he's called walks.
Kaisen
Right?
says that.
Yeah, okay.
Pulls up to it and asks Rigby for a rematch. He grabs Rigby's hand and pulls the arm boy off. And bro, the music that was playing told him all. Rigby looked terrified. Everybody else gasted. And they
Wait, was it Hops or was it Walks?
Bro, look at this nigga's dome. Look at the vein on his head. This man pulls Rigby up and destroys the table with his body. Killing dude ended up having to literally arm wrestle Death, who looks like he's been choking the chicken way too much. But in the end, he won Rigby so bad using the Playco arm boy. So yeah, this show is literally just Crash Out Central. Everybody from the park manager to the regular citizens, all of them are straight up Crash Out. The entire Uchiha clan had way too many people willing to all because they felt marginalized. I mean, bro, they distrusted y'all for a reason. How y'all gained up on this kid? Anywho, ladies and gentlemen, before we get started, please make sure you're subscribable, turn on that notification bell so you know when I upload, and consider becoming a member if you want to support personally and get extra perks. But without further ado, let's jump into episode 3 of the Crash Out Files.
The song actually goes for the theme of this episode.
Like I said earlier, the Uchiha clan was way too willing to risk power back. Like, bro, I know Danzo and Tobirama treated y'all bad and didn't trust y'all, but it was for a reason, and you were all about to prove him right by planning a coup against the Leaf Village. Imagine your unhappy neighbor has the ability to just look at you and make you feel like you're dying 1,000 over. I mean, I wouldn't trust your ass either. One of you guys is able to control one of the strongest tail beasts around. This guy's not funny. Only that, he proved that he wasn't a good dude. Bro was holding a grudge because his brother died in a fair 1v1. Bruh, it's a war. What did you expect to happen? Meanwhile, Hashirama's little brother got jumped by 5 Uchihas.
Now that's wild, man. 5? I know you guys have. I guess there's no real like. That's a war crime, bro. Come on, 5? Not 1? Shit, that ain't 2. 5? It's a child. Damn. Like, calm down, bro. Shit.
He's 5 old men jumping a kid.
Yeah, what the fuck? That's wild.
And Hashirama didn't even hold it. Like, if anything, Hashirama should be the one holding a grudge against you niggas. But nah, Madara was so mad that he took an L. He held a grudge until this man went to war with the entire ninja world.
Says I have luck shock, I might be cooked.
Bro was glad drop kicking, throwing ninjas.
Oh my god.
Dropping meteors on people, all for the sake of quote-unquote world
He just done
peace. No one asked for this man's world peace. And he did all that just to get taken out in the worst way possible. Kishimoto made this man so cracked he didn't even know how to kill him. So they had this man get snuck by Zetsu. And what's worse is he managed to bring other people down with him. Bro found a young Obito.
Yeah, when you really think about it, they never defeated Madara. They didn't really defeat Madara. They just got he got conveniently taken over by an alien. At the time, he was never actually defeated. Shit, fuck, no one defeated him. Not the 4th Hokage, not even the Hokages didn't defeat him. Mike used that ultimate move, still didn't work. He got praised for using that work. You know what I'm saying? I think both Naruto, Sasuke, and I think what's her name? Sakura was like kind of in a situation where they couldn't get out anyway. And it just got real convenient that he got overtaken by the alien. So it was like, when you really think about it, he never was defeated. He was just distracted to a certain degree.
His head with Lord knows what propaganda to get him on his side. And even Obito was about to get his own reason to crash out. Bro witnesses Rin's death and turned from a simp to a complete demon. Obito proceeded to slaughter an entire platoon of ninjas because Rin somehow jumped in front of a Chidori. After that night, bro was fully on board with Madara's plan. And I haven't even gotten to the worst part of Obito's crash out. Bro participated in the Uchiha massacre. And what's even worse is, he was killing all the women and children. Okay, so post-editing JP here. While I was doing some research, turns out there's a debate online on whether Itachi or Obito killed all the women and children. Because in Itachi's manga, Obito was the one who killed all the women and children. But in the anime, Obito took care of the police force and Itachi went and slaughtered the villagers. So yeah, I felt like I had to do this before you guys massacred me in the comments. But with that out of the way, like bro, that is diabolical. At least Itachi...
Well, it doesn't really matter. They both had a hand in it. So, does it matter who killed who? Does it matter? I don't think that matters, does it really? Oh, we know that Itachi physically took out his like girlfriend, his best friend. Oh, he didn't do it. He didn't really kill it. He didn't really take out his best friend. His best friend took out himself for, I think, an ideology, and kind of hope that thing worked out, which I don't think it was a very smart plan. I don't know, per se. But we all know Itachi took out his own family, like literally physically, and messed with Sasuke. But does it really matter? So
He's fighting all the cousins and uncles, but bro was handling the women and children. And of course, I'm not even gonna forget to mention,
because like in a court of law, I'm just saying, like in a court of law, if you're the head mastermind, right, and you had your subordinates do all the dirty work, no matter how much dirty work they do, once they figure out you're the mastermind, you get more time in prison than the people who did the worst stuff. So I guess whether if Itachi did it, Madara indirectly did it under that circumstance.
Kaisen says Kazi out hard of it.
of the war. Bro had the power of the 10 tails and was murking niggas left and right. And that's just 2 of the Uchiha members. And you know what's even worse about this entire clan? From the beginning, the Uchiha clan was because Indra, the progenitor of the Uchiha clan, was also a crash out. Like, bro, this shit is generational. Like, from the jump, these niggas were off their rockers. Like, Indra got so his brother was chosen over him. Bro killed his best buddy to obtain his Mangekyo Sharingan with a bit of malicious pushing from Black Zetsu. And then bro pulled up to their party, picked a fight with Ashura with his Susanoo. And no, I'm not gonna forget that his Mangekyo is the same as Sasuke. Like, just prove that Sasuke was destined to be a crash out. Anywho, Indra was out here trying to literally step on his eye. And when the other villagers pulled up and tried to help Ashura, bro was like, hey, yo, I'm about to air their whole out. Bro claps them off and then proceeds to destroy their entire home. And this was completely unnecessary too, bro. But thanks to all the villagers giving Ashura chakra, bro pulled up Hashirama's 1,000-hand Buddha and punches Indra into oblivion. And look at
Uchiha's one with generational hate, yeah, that's true.
Here, right? Nah, Hagoromo was finally dying. And bro pulled up to his deathbed to spit straight hot garbage at him. Like, dude, he can't hear you. I honestly don't know if I should count Itachi as a crash out or not. He kinda had a reason he did, stopping his clan from committing a coup. But damn, traumatizing Sasuke on the process, I just did that for bonus points. He had no reason to do that. And what's
Let's be honest.
Itachi made him watch their clan die 518,400 times.
Fuck. That was diabolical.
I would say seeing that 5 times alone would have been, but no, bro wanted to completely traumatize Sasuke. And bro, for what purpose? Like, bro, there is no reasonable information you could give me to explain why Itachi made him watch it 518,000 times. It was to make him stronger. Man, like, bro, how is watching my family die a bunch of times gonna make me stronger? All it did was give Sasuke a valid reason for crashing out in the future. Like,
bro, that is the stronger. Just pointed out why. That is the point. That was the point of the plan. That was literally that was the failsafe. Instead, like, that's the point. If you watch it that many times to the point that you just internalize it, you will want vengeance. That's the point. I know it's evil, but like, it was like, plus it kills 2 birds with 1 stone. So like, one, it gets him to be stronger. This says he wants vengeance, right? And that vengeance, because I guess Itachi knew that most Uchihas are very strong when it comes to emotional, like, you know, situations. So he said, okay, let me make you so traumatized. Yeah, so I make you so traumatized, and yet the second thing I knock out of this whole situation is that they won't think that Sasuke is an accomplice at the same exact time. Because being fucked with like this to the point that he's so psychologically damaged, there's no way he's even part of this. That was the point. That was literally Sasuke was the failsafe the entire time. That's what he betted on his little brother. That's what was the whole point.
Oh, he ended up hating his brother so much.
That's the point.
He followed a PDF for power. And he fully knew this man was a PDF file. Sasuke's been crashing out since he was legit. Literally the first ever lines we heard from Sasuke was, my name is Sasuke Uchiha, I hate everything, I don't like anything, and I want to kill my brother.
Back in the day as a kid, we thought that was hard. Let's be honest, we thought that was hard. At some point, some people thought that was hard. We thought that was hard when you said that. Now listening to that, like, that's fucking cringe. Don't ever say that shit again.
Says we did.
Yeah, like when he said that, I was like, oh, okay, this one right here. And then as a grown adult, now hearing this, you're like, fuck, don't ever say that shit around me again. Do not do that. That is lame. Like, there ain't no hoes because of that. You think that sounds hard? You think that sounds cute? No. You better put that shit at the door. Do not bring this into the party. Fuck you.
Was our introduction to this man. Even Sakura, who was head over heels with this man, was straight flabbergasted. This man's hatred ran deep, and when he crashed out, the world felt it. After getting a taste of power, bro left the village, put Naruto on his ass, and ran into the arms of the weirdest man on earth to get power. The next time we see Sasuke, he was still on his crash out journey. Bro meets Naruto for the first time in Lord knows how long, and immediately tried to murk this not once, but twice.
I think it was 3 years. I think the time skip 3 years is not that big of a gap. I think Naruto's like what, 13, 14, and then he comes back at like 16 or 17, like 3 or 4 years. It's not that. It's a gap, but it's not a big gap.
And that's
like fuck. I think if I remember right, Black Clover made a time skip look like a big time skip, and it was not a time skip. It was like 3 months or like 6 months. That was the time skip, and like fucking Asta got buff as shit. Like, that was crazy.
Says I only reached up to that part of Shippuden.
Okay.
Yukizen says whelp him in the Naruto phase again on the draw my ox.
I got
Artextric says facts law.
Like, straight up, there was like 6 months, I think, between the training arc they was doing to prepare for the big bads to come, and when they took Yami. But like, Jesus Christ, it's like they 6 months look like literally like 6 years. Cause Asa was fucking jacked. He was jacked, bro. He had the calves and everything. I'm like, bro, that's 6 months? Hell no. Like, be a lot more leaner than before, but like, not like that. It's been 6 months. You must have been working out every single day and didn't stop till you literally every time. Like, there's no way. Like, that's a giant power boost physically. What the hell?
I mean, if Orochimaru didn't stop him, Naruto would have been cooked. The show would have ended right there. Naruto had no way of dodging or blocking Kirin, so he would have been cooked. Not long after that, bro betrayed Orochimaru.
He says the side
exercise, yeah.
Beat him with some quotation marks because Itachi definitely happened. And when bro finally learned the truth of the Uchiha clan massacre and that Itachi was protecting the Leaf Village, this deranged lunatic decided to crash out even Sasuke in no particular order.
But wouldn't you a little bit? Wouldn't you be a little pissed off that the entire time you was directing your hate at the wrong person? It was the whole people you was trying to protect. Was the real villains in the whole time, like, not even the people, it's like the upper people who had the power over him. Like, come on, man. You're not gonna get upset a little bit that the whole time a member who you thought who did you dirty was actually doing the right thing the entire time? He had no choice. The bro had no choice to a certain degree. What could he do? If he abandoned the Leaf Village, his people would have been like massacred. You know what I'm saying? What could he do? Nothing. He was literally put in a situation that there was no winning in it. So his only like driving force or his last trump card was you. So like I can't blame him to a certain degree.
Taka died like 3 times against Killer Bee, crashed the 5 Kage Summit, and finally killed Danzo. Now that his biggest ops are dead, basically all his goals are accomplished, you would think Sasuke would pull a Thanos and go sit somewhere, peacefully watching the sunrise after an arduous journey. Yeah, no, this man did the complete opposite and went even more mad. Sakura's stupid ass tried to pull up to Sasuke with the fucking kunai. Talking about Sausage, I want to join you. I'll even leave the village and become rogue. But Sasuke, who's way off the deep end, remember that one time that she made fun of him and Naruto for being orphans and tried to kill this bitch? Like,
yeah, that was the wild thing this bitch said. I was like, what the fuck? This is why no one likes you. Like, fuck the whole like your skills. You are a horrible individual. Why would you say that? He's like, he's all alone. He's a fucking orphan. He has no mom, no dad to guide him. And he's like, she's making it sound like he chose that. It's not his fault.
Like what?
Like I'm saying, like she had all those evil things, not realizing how much that reflects back on him. Like, don't you know about the whole Uchiha problem?
Don who says Sakura hate was reasonable.
That was crazy.
Right for clothes says crazy.
I was like, bro, it's not like the dude chose not to have parents, right? So it's kind of reasonable why he's acting like this, because he has no parents. It kind of makes sense. If he had parents, I can get where you're coming from, but like, Jesus Christ, bro. That was so unnecessary. Like, what's weird is like, don't you know that your so-called love interests don't have parents either? You don't know about the whole massacre? Like, the fuck? Like, it's like there was a weird like lack of hindsight on response, like lack of self-awareness.
Luckily for her, Kakashi stepped in just at the right time. And even Kakashi was flabbergasted that Sasuke was literally gonna go through with killing her. Like, bro, this man Sasuke is mentally fried, bro. Way
right for clothes says she don't even know.
He gets into a fight with Kakashi, and Sakura
like how she don't know? That's the craziest part.
Poison kunai, but she couldn't do it, and this bitch was just standing there crying. I couldn't do it. So Sasuke, with zero hesitation, grabs and tried to kill this bitch. Damn, this nigga is insane. Sasuke has built up to be the ultimate crash out among the Uchiha. Even Indra is not touching this man. Kakashi tried to run in for a second save, but bro was wobbling. He couldn't even make it. Sasuke was the one who made it in time to save Sakura. But in the process, he got cut with a poison kunai. Sasuke eventually escaped through the help of Obito and Zetsu to get Itachi's eyes implanted into his, because he was completely blind.
And the craziest part about this is that
Don who says Kakashi's still tough though.
He is, but like the craziest part about this fight and just overall everything, this bitch still picks this dude. She don't even like that. That's what makes this weird. She spent more time with him than outside than Sasuke ever did. Shit, even now her husband's always gone. So like, because you don't want to be near this hoe.
Kaizen says and got him and Berno too.
Yeah, like what the fuck? Like why don't you like? I'm surprised you never fell for Naruto like in the slightest. Like fuck. Like even like fuck like in Dragon Ball, Bulma even idea of what would happen if she liked Goku at one point. She actually thought of that at one point. It was like I think it was kind of like a gag to a certain degree, but like at least it was even hitting that one. There could have been a possibility she could have liked Goku at one point. At least throughout all the shit they've been through, this bitch never ever thought of doing that. Actually, she gaslighted this man on that one episode when there was at that snow area trying to convince Killer Bee's brother not to destroy Sasuke. And she was pulling some bullshit gaslighting. I was like, bro, the fact that I don't even like you makes me even not even like you even more after this. Like, what the f...
And after he got the EMS, bro pulls up to the war, declares he wants to become a Hokage. Like, my guy, you are delusional. You are getting jail time after the war. After the other oranges, Sakura getting sealed again, and it's finally time to release the Infinite Tsukuyomi. This man Sasuke was like, nah, like, dude, haven't you done enough? Anywho, his final fight with Naruto that I'm gonna be talking about in a completely different video. Sasuke finally gets his brain rattled straight, and he releases the Infinite Tsukuyomi. Oh my goodness. The entire Uchiha clan's whole legacy is just crashing the fuck out. From the very beginning with Indra, followed up by Madara, Obito, Sasuke, and possibly this whole clan was just deranged. There is no other word to describe a clan whose complete history is just crash out after crash out. But anywho, ladies and gentlemen, if you enjoyed the video, please leave a like. And if you want to see more content like this, subscribe.
Kaizen says imagine if Sarada crashes out.
Oh my god. Oh my god. Bro, I tell you. That was funny. I enjoyed that. That was fun. Reverse jumpings in... reverse jumpings? What is reverse jump? What is the fuck does that mean?
Alright, short announcement. Before I drop a reverse jumping video, I get a million comments asking me to cover this person or that person, cover Broly, cover Uvagin, or Garo. This compilation is for my convenience as yours, because I can't respond to every comment telling you guys.
I still can't get over the fact that when watching Hunter x Hunter, both Killua and Gon did not run into Meruem not once. That is the most weird. It's as realistic as it is weird. That makes it pretty realistic if you stop and think about it, because I'm like, These two never meet Meruem, not once. They're just outside of his vicinity, like, majority of the time. And at one point, when you're watching the show for the first time, you thought, oh, they're gonna eventually meet, and then something crazy is gonna happen. Especially with the whole Gon thing, when he, like, does this thing to, Pepito or something, I forgot the motherfucker's name. But, like, you kind of thought, oh, that's gonna mean something later on against Meruem. I'm like, no, that never happens. I'm like, oh, shit. Okay. Okay.
As I've already made a video on Garo. So please sit back and relax, grab a bucket of KFC, and enjoy. Alright, so I've talked about jumpings in Jujutsu Kaisen and how they revolutionized the idea instead of having the background standing there watching. You know, they all jump the villain. But I have spoken about the opposite of that. When a couple of characters go to jump somebody and fail miserably. Today we're going to be looking at some fights and how to not jump somebody. And the first fight we're going to be looking at is Killer Bee Bodies Team Tiger. Alright, so first of all, Killer Bee was coming out of his house spitting bars. Killer Bee, I know I'm the shit. Might pull up and I'm getting to the money. Hey yo, what the f? Hey, where y'all this come from?
What?
Hey, bro, you're the 8 Tails Jinchuriki, right? It's Lord Tails Jinchuriki. You whatever, nigga. We came here to pack you up. Jugo, take the left. Karin, get behind me. Sweet Getsu launches the first attack and created a big ass dust cloud. Everybody, what happened? And the Killer Bee blocked it. He flips the sword, put it on his neck, right? Started styling on them.
Yeah, that part, that got me. I was like, bro, what, that fucking up your neck? I was like, ain't that hurting? Like, it's impressive, I guess, but like, ain't that fucking up your neck? Ain't gonna be a giant ring around your neck? Ain't that be wild on your neck? What the fuck?
Rapping. Bro, this nigga Killer Bee is something else, bro. Jugo starts attacking him, and then we flip to Sasuke. Sasuke standing there like, hey, yo, is this dude really rapping while he fighting us? And we flip back to the fight, and he had Jugo like this. That dude was doing the stinky legs. Had his ass twitching, bro. And he was still rapping. Damn, you is an ass. Pull up over here, try to jump me. I'm about to make all you niggas eat the
lay it out.
Lay it out.
This nigga spitting such fire. And so he gets was just
lay
jealous
it
that
out.
he ain't got no bars. While they standing there staring at him, he tosses Jugo's body at him. And Sasuke,
I agree.
He shit. He's like, all right, buddy, I'll go. And Killer Bee's like, hey, who the fuck are you? And Sasuke's like, bro, we don't owe you an explanation, bro. We just came here to make you a pack. And Sweet Gets was still in the back hating because he can't spit no bars. So they start the fight, and both of them turn into Beyblades for some reason. He stops the sword swing and kicks this nigga in the face. Killer Bee stops for a second and pull his notepad. Mind you, this nigga didn't even acknowledge the fact that he got kicked in the face. And here you go. Bags. I walk in the store, look, bitch, I'm not looking at tags. I got that shit, niggas got rags. Okay, yo, that shit fine. Sasuke standing there flabbergasted like, did this nigga just stop mid-fight and pull out a notebook to write bars? And so he gets even more jealous that he can't spit no bars. And then B pulls out his 7 sword style. And he like, watch out, little nigga, I'm about to style on you. A Beyblade again for some reason. And starts piecing Sasuke shit up.
I'm not gonna lie, I want to see Zoro fight this dude with the 7 sword against his 3. Or his hockey moves. Yo, bro, how hard would that go? Bro, tell me, how hard would it go if we had Zoro fighting this dude in 7 stuff? That would go hard! Like, come on! I want to see that. That would go crazy.
He was on the run, bro. He was on the ropes. There was nothing he could do. And then Sasuke got packed. And Sasuke was like, no, I'm tired of this shit, bro. He starts using a Chidori.
Give me that. My life is yours.
And here goes B spitting again. Float like a butterfly. Stings like a bee and packs that nigga up. And B was about to end it right there, bro. But Sweet Getsu came for the save. And B was still cutting through the sword. After Jugo does a huge attack, here comes Plot on Sasuke. After Sasuke hit the revive, decided to actually jump him this
You
time.
see how the redhead bitch, I forgot her name is, like, you see how she knows where her place was as a support? She stayed the fuck, and what she do? She healed. You know what I'm saying? Sakura coming up on the front for some odd reason. Karen or Karin? Is it Karin?
Right,
It's Karin,
says Karen, I think.
Karen or Karin, I think. It was Karin, I think. Karin? I think she's a Uzumaki, if I remember right. I think I think they all have red head or red hair. Yeah, I think she was related to Naruto to some degree. I think clan or some shit.
Yeah, just done news says yeah.
Yeah.
Yukizen says yeah.
But they actually started giving B the works. I mean, he was still holding his own, but you know, B escapes, right? And this nigga's still rapping. I'm done playing. I'm about to pack these niggas up. then go home and fill up my cup. Yeah. But Karin, being an Uzumaki, spots his ass. And he was like, damn, alright, whatever, let's take it to the next level. He uses his chakra claw and comes at Sasuke with the lariat. Sasuke was like, oh hell no, nigga, I'm gonna die if this man hits me. He uses his Mangekyo Sharingan to put him in a genjutsu. And B falls to the floor. Everybody sighs.
Wait, I forgot. You guys tell me, what was it that Uzumakis have that was special about them? The clan themselves. I'm not talking about Naruto, but even though he belongs to that clan, what was their special trait? Because I'm pretty sure most clan members or most clans have certain like special traits or specialties. What was theirs? I know hers was healing, but I think that was just a her.
HMM, I forgot.
Okay.
No, where this nigga gets smacked with the lariat. He thought he escaped, but nah, B came back for round.
You just done this, says me too.
I totally forgot.
But you know, Sasuke got walking plot armor with them, and they saved them. But B was like, you know what? I'm just gonna end this shit right now, bro. He transforms into Gyuki. And he's still ripping. Oh my god. So he gets into the water and tried to fight him. But
you just done this, says facts, thanks, Lee.
Bro, what is that? Oh my god, bro. That his ass into a slide. At this point, Team Taka was like, hey, yo, what the fuck are we gonna do, bro? This nigga about to pack our shit up. While they having their little moment, B is still in the back being a crackhead. Right as he's about to pack their shit up for real. Here comes Sasuke with the Madarasu. And they're all like, damn, this shit's finally over. But one of the tentacles that was on fire falls on Karin. Oh my god, bro. These not stop catching L's. So Sasuke had to use his Mangekyo again to turn off the fucking flame. His eyes start bleeding even more. And they take B to go with them. But that wasn't even actually B. It was a tentacle clone that they got. So yeah.
Are you serious?
Made a fucking joke of Team Taka. To be honest, bro, I'm looking at this shit.
I don't remember that.
Minutes in, and this is the first. Oh my god, bro. I was gonna
I go back watching the show.
In here, but I might have to make a part 2. But
Fuck. I don't remember. I remember they kind of got him. I thought they.
Disrespecting 5 elves. Alright, so this art.
You Kaizen said same.
These elves are fucking
Shit, I
strong.
forgot
Especially
that.
depending on the
Damn,
reincarnated
I gotta
into.
get
If
back
they
on the
reincarnate into just a normal mage, that mage is gonna become pretty strong.
Right,
Strong
Close
enough to
says,
take a
here
couple
we
other
go.
mages by himself. But if they reincarnate
Oh,
into
we got
a
some blood.
cat,
Let's
they
go.
take a whole squad to try and fight this one nigga. And she stood her ground against 5. Raya alone was already a problem. But then 4 more elves showed up, including we couldn't get
You
out of them.
Kaizen says, I mean, most of it is filler shit.
Stall time.
True.
Oh hell nah, nigga. They were just getting in the way. I plan on killing every single one of you here. The elves says 5 against 1. You still needed a handicap? That is wild, bro. She's facing 5 of the strongest niggas around, and she's just telling them they need more of a handicap, bro. Now the fight started pretty fast. The nigga with paint magic makes a giant hand to punch her, and as she's about to go and block, Raya uses teleportation magic to catch her ass off guard, and she gets hit, and that's when she starts thinking, hey, bro, I
Just done and says, I still remember when us had to do the laundry.
Like, yeah,
Man was having nose
magic to dull your senses, which Loki sounds stupid. I don't know how snow magic is dull your senses, but okay. Because she's still getting up, and Raya's like, oh, ain't no way, bro. What? How are you still getting up after we just beat your ass like that? But she responds with this.
Oh, copyright. You can't show. That sucks.
She really said she's not gonna die until she kills every single one of them. But Raya was like, look, bro, just stop, dude. This is over. And then she goes, oh yeah, elves were really over it at this point, bro. So they decided to combine all their magic together to do one final attack and get rid of her for good. But then us definitely over after they got smacked by that shit. After that, them niggas took anime whammon that I like, but hey, Muriel Leona's in the top 10 easy. Now, before I get to Madara disrespecting the Shinobi Alliance and the 5 Kage, I have a bonus reverse jumping from a little show that's Fairy Tail. Now, this was Natsu and Gajio versus the Twin Dragons. Sting and
Okay,
Rose.
I'm gonna just be clear here. I'm not too familiar with. I'm familiar with Fairy Tail, but I'm not familiar with the show too, like lore wise. I haven't really put the effort. I have to put the effort. I just never find the time.
You Kaizen says I am.
Like for some reason, every time I try to watch Fairy Tail, I just stop watching.
Right,
and watch
Close
something else.
says gotcha.
Just one of those people. I don't know why. Like I can watch One Piece, but for some odd reason, I can't watch Fairy Tail. It's like it's weird.
That this was supposed to be a 2-on-2.
Because if you think of it, like Fairy Tail and One Piece is just, and I guess Naruto, Fairy Tail, One Piece is kind of like Black Clover in a nutshell, or Naruto but with Fairy Tail. Let's put that. It's more like the Fairy Tail.
Bro, them niggas was talking mad trash. Listen here, you nigglets. First of all, you guys are just first generation dragons. We are iteration. were better.
Kaisen says manga
and we
too.
got dragon lacrimas inside of us. Niggas got nothing on us. After the first round of fighting, Natsu and Gajio kind of beat their ass. Natsu was like, hey bro, did you guys actually defeat y'all
Rightful says
dragons?
earlier our
You're kinda
style
trash.
looked
It
like
was
One
Steve.
Piece.
True.
I killed that nigga
True.
with my bare hand. And
I
Natsu was
did
hey,
like
wasn't that
when I first started. I felt too much One Piece vibes when I think that was it because it looked too much like One Piece to me at the very beginning of watching the anime and I think even the manga. But I was like, I'd rather just.
like y'all parents though? Nigga, that's none of your business. Now they get back to fighting, and the twin dragons were getting pieced up. After all that fucking trash talking, they were getting their ass beat. I'm not gonna go too in depth with the fight. I'm gonna do that when I talk about the failed trash talking video. But the fight kept going back and forth. You know, Natsu and Gajio are beating their ass. Next thing you know, the twin dragons go into their dragon drive and start beating Natsu's ass.
Okay, that's the show. Okay.
Natsu and Gajio goes back to beating their ass in their dragon drive, so they go even stronger. Now they release their Dragon Force. Everybody that knows what Dragon Force is shocked that they're able to do it by themselves. And then them niggas started toying with Gajio and Natsu and beating their ass. But as they were fighting, the fighting was so strong, it destroyed the fucking arena and they fell through the ground. But the fight continued.
He just done who says I don't like watching any anime if I forget what episode I was on. It just feels weird to me.
Natsu
Yeah,
gets up and
I
starts
understand.
talking, and he's like, hey bro, I done learned everything I can about you niggas now. I know how your attack goes, when you defend, and even what position your foot faces when you're about to attack. And he's like, it's around 11 o'clock. But Gajio's like, nah nigga, it's 10. And they start arguing. In the middle of arguing, Natsu pushes this nigga into a rail car and make it go off. Now mind you, Dragon Slayers have terrible motion sickness, so Gajio's not getting out of this anytime soon. And then he turns around and is like, all right, I gotta pay you niggas back. Y'all was looking down on me, now I'm gonna style on you niggas. Bring it on. And he starts beating their ass. This was a 2-on-2, and Natsu turned it into a reverse jumping. This nigga Natsu was giving them the ones back to back, and they could do nothing, even though they were in their Dragon Force. Bro, he was beating them so bad that their cats was crying. Oh god, bro, what kind of savage do you have to be to do that? But as the fight goes on, Sting and Rogue were like, okay, you know what? We're just gonna use our strongest attack and finish you off. They started using their unison rate. Now, as they're using this unison rate, bro, the announcers, they're hyping that shit up, bro. They're like, oh man, this is the strongest attack you could possibly attain as a fucking mage.
Looks like a unison.
Is it?
It's called fusion magic.
Yeah, it was like characters like that made me think we were looking at One Piece.
They really
You
said you could
Kaisen
train your whole
says
life
that.
and never mastered it. But then they launched that bitch at Natsu, and Natsu single attack overpowers their fucking unison rate. So yeah, Natsu's kind of a mess. But now that we're done with this little detour, we finally go to Madara disrespecting the Nobi Alliance. And
Oh
the fight
god,
Kage
he
in a
tapped
reverse
them.
jumping. Madara stands there.
Man, he tapped them. If you want to see a tapping, if you want to see a whole tapping, I tell you, he put the whole like Shinobi Alliance into that couch. If you get what I'm saying, they was on that couch.
Look at about 3,000 niggas ready to piece
What pens
him
do you
up,
use?
and
I
he
use
jumped
the
down and
I
started
use the crayon.
Kaisen says MAM.
I use the crayon brush. That's a default brush that's in the program.
running towards them. No hesitation whatsoever, bro. This man gets into the crowd and people flying like helicopters, bro. And he's doing all this with just taijutsu. Like, bro, could you imagine how long of a human you have to be to punch somebody like in the air that high? And back to back with multiple niggas. And this nigga's eyes are moving with his Sharingan. And this is low-key my favorite scene in Naruto. Because it truly shows what a Sharingan user would be like during a fucking fight like this. It really shows how much they can perceive in a matter of seconds. He grabs a random sword and starts slicing and dicing. And this one nigga gonna throw a kunai with a bomb attached to it. He rips the paper bomb off, sticks it to a random dude, and throws the kunai right back to the dude. Turned around, kicked the bomb. He really could his comrade so he could blow up. Bro, oh God, Madara is something else, bro.
He just done and says that's just crazy.
Watching this still is still amazing.
Channels his inner Jean-Claude Van Damme and kicks two other random niggas. And then stomps on this nigga's head. It's like every single one of this nigga's actions are just calculated.
He says, damn, whatever you're drawing is hot.
But bro, he's fighting.
Thank you. It's for my client.
Starts strangling him with one hand. And he's like, damn, nigga, you wanna dance too? Bet that out. And then here's Tamari with her big ass fan. And then she says this.
Do not underestimate me.
Oh, fuck out of here with that shit.
Madara don't even
This
know
is
you
not the
exist.
West.
What the fuck are you talking
Like, bitch, this is not the West. I tell you now, if this was the West, you probably would have held your a just random character as a woman who's just kind of like a main character, side character, kind of. But this is not the West.
Teasing says to say no Dragon Ball girl.
Right?
underestimate, bro. Madara uses one fire style, the biggest out of the whole series we've ever seen. It takes like 7 niggas using water trying to stop it. And that barely did anything, because fireballs was still raining. It was dusty as fuck, but that wasn't stopping Madara not one bit. Bro, this nigga's fighting a whole army by himself. Madara, Inoki, and Naruto doesn't attack, and they thought they had him, but nah. This nigga busts out his suit, pulls out 4 chakra blades, and started making waves with body. Garo manages to pull this nigga out of his Susanoo. And Naruto uses a Rasen Shuriken to try and kill him. But shit, this nigga pulls out his Rinnegan and stops it. And everybody was just flabbergasted, like, ain't no way this nigga.
Hey, what's up, bro?
Bro pulls out his Susanoo again, and this is when he disrespects, you know, everybody in the fucking show. He does a hand seal, and everybody who hung up is like, yo, we lost this. Who decided it was a good idea to fight this? Look at this dude's face, bro. He's just ready to go home to his wife and kids. Madara pulls a fucking meteor towards them. But you know, we all know what happens next. Inoki and Garo does and manages to stop the meteor. And every shinobi in the alliance fell to the floor in relief, like, oh my god, I can finally go back to my wife. And Madara's like, oh hell no, nigga, you're not going back to your wife. What are you gonna do about
the second one?
You
dropped second one. That was funny as shit. Who laughed? I'm dead serious. I thought that shit. I was amazed, but yet I laughed. Like, this bro brought 2. He didn't bring 1. He brought 2. Oh my god. But wait! There's more!
He just done and says he didn't want them to be relieved.
Right?
Eating her nasty ass mucus, and the third Kage was just going dummy with his lightning style. It was surprised at how fast this nigga Madara was. After hitting Madara, Garo uses a Grand Sand Mausoleum to try and, you know, seal his Susanoo. But he busts out of that shit. After that, Mai uses some steam to try and cover the battlefield, which makes no sense to me, since this nigga has a Rinnegan, bro. He can see. As the mist spread, tongue twister, the right Kage teleports to move and sends this nigga flying. This thing ain't too T-Rock. But after that, he goes to Madara, since the on his back, making him heavier and lighter whenever he needs. He punches this nigga Susanoo, flabbergasted, because yo, this nigga's breaking my Susanoo. After buying themselves a couple of seconds, so not to give the Naruto clone a little pep talk and a message to take back to Naruto. Bruh.
Yeah, right.
Going to win. Continue, since you know they got their little morale boost. But it didn't matter what they do, bro. Madara was just strong. And then he uses a wood style attack.
He just done and says what they say.
Oh, they said we're winning, or Wergen's winning, or something like that to extent. No.
Inhale the fucking from the flowers. This motherfucker pulls up out of nowhere with his Susanoo again. Bro, how does he keep doing that? That thing is huge and loud. But yeah, he's like, hey bro, don't get too distracted by the flowers because I'm about to wood. And then he uses a fire style to burn the wood. And since 1, it's hot as fuck, and 2, there's a plant giving the pollen to make them fall asleep. They all fell unconscious, except for Inoki. Man's getting up still and uses his particle style to cut a fucking hole in the plant, which allowed him to breathe again. After waking up, bro, Madara shows them what's on his chest. And it's Hashiro's face. And everybody's flabbergasted, like, ain't no way, but that's the first Hokage.
That was weird as shit.
And he's like, hell yeah, nigga, y'all can feel it, right? I know you can feel it, bro. His blood runs through your veins. I have Hashirama's powers running through me. And through this whole fight, bro, this nigga Madara just keeps glazing Hashirama. Every get, man, y'all niggas can't do better than Hashirama. Man, Hashirama's attack would have hurt me a whole lot more than your shit. Like, damn, bro, get off his dick. He's dead. And he's like, your jutsu's not even compared to Hashirama's. You're just a weak woman. Hey, look, Madara, I know you're a savage and all, but you know, in 2023, you can't be saying stuff like that.
No, you gotta be the villain. Villains say villainous things. Fuck you. I hate when people say shit like this. Oh, you know, you could massacre a bunch of women, but if you make a sexist joke, you're a horrible. Fuck out of here with that. You're a villain. What the fuck? It's like me being a dog and not doing all the full dog stuff. Oh, because it's wrong in 2020. Fuck you.
You can't be going around calling women weak, bro. But Tsunade was a
yes, you can. When you're a villain, hell yes, you can.
So you was a weak
That's the point of a villain. What the fuck?
Releases her seal of 100 healing. And Madara's like, 100 healing? I've never heard of that shit. But then Tsunade launches an attack at him and starts cracking.
What video is this? It's from... Hold on. If you want to know who's the YouTuber, hold on. Let me pull up his shit real quick. Hold on. His name is JP Talk Too Much. Wow, that's his name. And he has a picture of Squidward, but he's black and he has like a hairline or something. He has a shit. This is literally when JP talks too much. And the anime is Naruto. Yeah, the anime that we're looking at, he's criticizing or making fun of him with is Naruto. Shippuden, specifically.
He's how much slower she is than the Raikage. But he jumps
Kaizen says, oh, I got it.
And then they started jumping that nigga. And they actually broke the Susanoo ribcage somehow. After he falls to the ground, he's like, you know what, Tsunade? You're not a weak woman. And then nigga started glazing Hashirama again. Like, oh my God, bro, we know you was strong. Shut up and get to fighting, bro. You're getting jumped right now. Tsunade got tired of this nigga glazing her grandpa. So she punches the shit out of him and removes half of his body. And while he's in mid, right? Garo uses a grandson mausoleum again to seal him.
Kaizen says I forgot he did that.
Got this nigga. But not 2 seconds after they say that, Tsunade gets stabbed through the
Oh shit, I don't remember this part.
I thought we just sealed this nigga. But he pops up out of the ground. Wow, congratulations, you sealed the fucking clone. Now could you sit here and imagine, bro, this whole time they were fighting, you know, as hard as they could.
A clone? Wait, a clone?
Against a clone. After getting stabbed, Tsunade breaks the fucking chakra blade that's inside of her. Then tried to attack Madara with it. But Madara grabs that shit and smacks the fuck out of her. And then even Madara got surprised when he saw her get back up. And then Inoki tries to seal him with his particle style. But Madara's like, hey, stupid. You do know that you have to hit me with physical attacks to even be able to hurt me, right? Trying something so stupid. And absorbs it with his Rinnegan. And then he was like, you know what, bro, I just wanted to scare you guys with Rama's face. But it seems like that didn't work. And then Tsunade says this. And then Mai was like, hey, bro, don't go calling us cowards because there's 5 of us. You know, that's just complimenting how strong you are. Seriously. And Madara was like, oh, really? Pulls out 25 wood clones, right? And it's like, hey, bro, don't start calling me a coward either because this is just a testament to your power. You guys are the 5 Kage. And then he pulls out his inner Fleece Johnson and says this.
I have one question for you. Would you prefer for all of these clones to use Susanoo against you or not?
Oh shit, they can do that?
Is this nigga serious?
The choice is yours.
Bro, this nigga really said, do you want the clones to use Susanoo or not? The choice
Yo,
is
Kaizen
yours.
says,
I forgot he could do that. Shit, there's a lot of shit I forgot. Damn. You know, like when you watch a show, you finally finish it, you never come back to it again because you feel like you feel justified. You don't like. There's people who go back and watch a season or so or a whole show again, but like, fuck, I'm one of those dudes who like once I finish an anime, I don't fucking come back. I don't come back. I literally like once I'm done, like when I play a video game, like if it doesn't have like a multiplayer, like it's equivalent if you play like Halo or Call of Duty or whatever, you played the campaign. Do they still call it campaigns? Well, anyway, when you play the campaign, especially on the difficulty, if you played it on the hardest difficulty with all the shits on and whatever modifiers, and you beat the game in the sense of the story mode with all that on, I'm never coming back to the fucking story mode ever again. I'm done. It's over. It's over. I'm not coming back. I'm gonna be on that multiplayer if you got it. If you don't have multiplayer, I'm done with this game. I'm selling this, getting rid of this bitch. I am touching this. Once I beat the highest difficulty, I ain't touching that shit. Even if my friends say, oh, I need help on this, like, mission or something, and I'm trying to get this achievement or trophy or what the fuck, or, whatever you're trying to get on, whatever you're trying to get on, whatever platform you're on.
Yo, Kaizen says ID, say you got that.
Hey, for real, you got that. You can do that on your own. Or even if you need that co-op thing, I'm like, man, bro, you're asking for a lot, bro. Like, you're asking me to, like, back in time. Like, I can probably do it with you, but I really don't want to do that. Like, I already did my dues. You gotta do your dues. Like, I don't know, bro. Like, I be making that One Piece face, you know, from the Wano face, you know, that face they make, like, bro, you really a lot right now. Like, I don't know.
Madara is arguably the most disrespectful anime character now. This is the definition of a reverse jumping. 5 of them tried to jump one of him, so he and everybody else to get jumped.
Shit.
Yeah. This nigga's something else, man. The Kage went mad as fuck. And then Madara was like, okay, bro, you guys didn't answer, so I'm gonna have to answer for you. And make the clones use Susanoo anyways. They really he had a choice, and he was like, y'all didn't choose, so I'm gonna fuck y'all up. And he didn't stop there. After the 5 Kage defeated all his clones in their Susanoo, they went after him and tried to finally seal him, but he was like, nah, and releases a full-body Susanoo, and everybody was flabbergasted, bro. They was like, hey, yo, is this the full power of a Susanoo? But Madara was like, oh nah, I'm not to show y'all what it actually looks like for real. Then he covers his Susanoo in armor and summons the full thing with its blades and all. Everybody was already shocked as fuck, right? But then he swings his sword and destroys 2 mountain ranges with just one swing. And the Kage was just there like, damn, Hashirama was able to fight this nigga and win? Like, bro, after he dropped those meteors, I would have been out of there, bro. I would have stopped the fight immediately. But damn, they let it get to shit like this? But then Onoki was...
You know what? I tell you something. Madara is the personification of, like, you youngins don't know. He literally
says I'm heading Hokum.
Like, straight up. Like, think about it. Like, if you think about it really, like, Madara is the personification of, like, generations of others before you that went through much harsher times, right? And then what's current now is considered soft as shit, right? Like, you youngins don't know. You really don't know. This is like fighting your tough grandpa who was in World War I or II, right? And then he's young again, and he can put his hands on you this time. He ain't old. He ain't dusty. He's in his 20s. And he's tired of your punk ass. Like, he can put his hands on you. He's gonna put his hands on you and your daddy. You disrespected me, called me old and shit. I'm gonna put my hands on you. Like, straight up. This is what this is. This is your grandpa being in his prime, putting you in your place.
It's like, hey, bro, you had this much power left, but why were you hiding it from the beginning? But Madara was like, hey, bro, what?
And as he's beating your ass, he's calling you a bunch of slurs at the same time. And your daddy a slur, too.
Rydraclos says I'd be terrified my grandpa was a veteran.
Right? Imagine, he be beating on your soft ass and saying how soft your daddy is while beating your ass and slurring at you at the same time.
Those would go full force when fighting a bunch of children. And on God, bro, if I was one of the Kage, bro, I would have just left.
I would have left. I would have like, fuck this.
And honestly, I could continue on with this fight, but no, I'm gonna stop here. This video...
What? I just said he called them children. That's personification. I just said it.
It was already 20 minutes long, bro. Garo has gone his whole life playing the monster. Whenever it's time to play superhero, everybody else would be Superman and Batman and shit, and they would make him the Joker. And as we all know in cartoons, the villain never wins. And as a young kid, Garo saw this and was like, bro, hey, this is an injustice. Why come the bad guy never win? And so Garo sets out into the world to make sure that once and for all, the villain finally takes a dub, with him being the villain. And being in a world full of superheroes, Garo couldn't be more happy. We start this off with Garo going to a Hero Association recruitment. A whole lot of heroes are standing there. You know, they're here to prove themselves, to see what class they can be in. And Garo pulls up like, here he is. All of you niggas are ass, and I was with your moms last night.
Okay.
The heroes were not happy hearing this. See this fake ass Houdini, like what are you? He goes to attack Garo, and Garo just fucking
Rydraclos says season wasn't as bad as people say.
It wasn't as bad. It just wasn't as the animation just wasn't on that like season 1, but it wasn't that bad. Story wise, it wasn't shit. I will admit that the story wasn't shit. It was just the animation wasn't on the same level as season 1. Hopefully, season 3. I heard that might be better, or it might be on that level, but I'm not sure. I think it's JC Productions. I think is going to be doing will be the studio working on it, not Mappa. Yeah, I think Mappa gave it up. I think it was fucking JC Productions, or was it Studio Bones? I don't remember those two.
Is that Twiggo? Jinpachi? Bro, this nigga don't know who he wants to be. What? It doesn't really matter who he's cosplaying as, because Garo smacks the shit out of him. My dog even had the loincloth on. After smacking that nigga around, Garo declares, I'm on the monsters, so bring it on. And then this fake ass Saitama with hair pulls up. Meat beating technique 29. Man starts clapping his hand. I don't know what the fuck is he even doing. This man launches a blue flame at Garo. But it didn't end well for him, because Garo took his right hand. What? No more beating to him. At this point, the director is flabbergasted, because Garo murked everybody in the fucking room. And hey, bro, I'm coming back 6 months later even stronger. So, good luck with that. Now, huge disclaimer, I'm not gonna include like every single fight that Garo has been in. Just the jump that he gets into. Now, the next jumping that Garo gets into starts with Moomin Rider. Garo randomly finds this nigga and is like, hey bro, you're a hero, right? And Moomin Rider confirms that he's a hero. And Garo's like, that's great.
What's up, bro? Welcome.
I'm gonna hunt you now to become a true monster. Moomin Rider is looking confused as fuck. But as this making his declaration,
Come on.
the tank top crew pulls up. One of them start piping up after getting his ass beat previously and is like, I found you. I'm going to make you pay for what you did. Ladies and gentlemen, this right here is how you recognize a fucking menace. He didn't even let him finish his sentence and punched him in the face. And bro, look at these tank top weirdos. They all came to jump him. Like, first of all, bro, how do you decide this is your costume? You're going to be a superhero and you pick this as your costume. Oh, fake ass shiesty. This nigga looks so dumb. Every single one of these tank top niggas looks stupid. Anywho, bro, Garo goes and tries to run through them and immediately gets clocked by none other than Tank Top Master, the S-Class. Bro, that gave Garo an immediate boner because this nigga loves strong people. And Tank Top Master did not come to play, bro. He immediately goes in, shakes the ground, and as Garo is wobbly, runs through this nigga like a fucking linebacker. Jesus Christ. Damn! He turned into a fucking Beyblade. And Garo, always the menace that he is, somehow manages to stop himself. And bro, I said the same thing about Toji, but any nigga that you see that you're beating their ass and they're smiling, run! Like bro, nobody should be smiling after those hits. But if you're fighting somebody and you hit them like real good and they smile afterwards, bro, there's no, you might as well pack up your bags and run. Like bro, go, leave. Tank Top Master is wondering if this nigga's even human and goes for a fucking attack to erase this nigga. But Moomin Rider head ass jumps in the way like a fucking nuisance, bro, and gets punched. And bro, this man starts babbling about Garo being, and then the fight is over. Like, I cannot stand this dude. I hate characters like this. After hearing the speech, Tank Top Master decides, hey bro, listen, if you've learned your lesson, we're gonna do this again, but we're gonna let you go. And Garo, the absolute fucking menace that he is, replies, as if, nigga, I'm going to murder every single one of you here. And immediately Tank Top Master goes to finish him. And bro, look how he turned this nigga's head. How is he not dead? But Garo, being a martial arts demon, immediately turns every single attack on him and starts in his ass. Garo is celebrating putting an S-Class hero on the knees. But then Moomin Rider, big head ass, comes in like he just described. And again, one of the things I fucking hate about anime, this dumbass is screaming his attack name. Like bro, if he had just shut the fuck up and hit him in the back of the head with the bike, Garo could have died. But no, he just had to scream. Anyways, as we all expected, Garo wants Moomin Rider. And oh boy, Tank Top Master was mad. Goes to attack Garo and probably gets his jaw rearranged. After getting rid of Tank Top Master, Garo just goes and get rid of the father. After finishing, out of nowhere, one of his dojo mates came and tried to get vengeance or whatever. And that nigga got it off screen. Now we move on to one of the funniest scenes in One Punch Man ever. A big misunderstanding between Garo and Saitama. Saitama goes up to Garo and is like, hey bro, I found you. I've been looking for you. And Garo, thinking this is just another hero, goes and chops this man with all his might. And Saitama immediately retaliates and put this nigga in the dirt.
Boom!
On a pile of trash.
Boom!
Saitama really gave this nigga amnesia. After that, Garo to a fight with Metal Bat, almost dies. He literally got saved by his sister. And as if this nigga taking enough L's, he goes and tries to fight Dogman and probably gets his ass beat again. Garo is walking. It looks like he got one foot in the fucking grave. And then he notices King walking. Goes to attack King. He gets kicked by Sasuke.
I forgot that shit.
Kaisen says bro gave him the boot.
Bro kicked him. He's getting the fuck out of here with that shit. What the hell? I forgot about, bro. I gotta go back on some animes, bro. Like, fuck. Bro, what the hell, bro? You just like, fuck with that shit, boy.
Mexico says LMAO.
Oh god, I was not expecting that shit.
Bro, this man was 3 on L's, bro. And he got amnesia again. And of course, the King misunderstandings continue with Garo. Now, at this point, Garo finally realizes his body's at his limit and goes to get some rest. And while he's in the shack resting,
Oh my god.
the A-class heroes pulls up to jump him. Garo hops on the roof and declares that after he murks every single one of them, that will add up to 100 bodies. And the jumping immediately begins. They're throwing hits at him back to back. But you know, hey, Garo learned from the best dancer ever. And hey, he was moving. Not gonna lie. Niggas was shooting at him, stabbing him, throwing balls at him. And he was eating every single one of them. The archer ended up getting him with 2 arrows. And Garo is standing there looking at how he's about to get jumped. And bro, before I even continue, bro, these...
This is from, if you're asking what anime it is, it's One Punch Man Season 2.
These heroes have the strangest fucking costumes. Like, bro, who is this nigga supposed to be? Naruto's wallet? At this point, bro, Garo is like tired as fuck, but still makes up his mind to fight. So they continue the jumping, and Garo is just dodging as much as he possibly can. And look at this man's face. He is on the verge of death. Like, nobody should be fighting in this state. But as he goes to move, the frog guy grabs his fucking leg. And out of nowhere, this fucking yellow ball comes flying at him. But Garo somehow managed to redirect it and hit the frog guy in the face. Using it to block incoming fire, he uses a 1-inch punch and send it to the dude with the gun. Oh, howdy partner, built ass. Anyway, the ball is continuing on its way and gets shattered by the little bit. You know, Garo was right behind that bitch. And he promptly proceeds to use this nigga.
YouTuber's name is JP Talk Too Much. Oh, I'm using the thing. His name is JP Talks Too Much. That's his name. JP Talks Too Much. That's his name.
He has a meat shield. Hey, pause. Why does this nigga look like a Power Ranger? Anywho, Garo catches some rocks that were thrown at him and murks the archer behind him. And bro is grinning too. Like, what kind of diabolical plan are you plotting to have this grin on your face? Anywho, God's a root.
No problem.
I don't even know how he knew it was there. And
hey, speakers, stop it.
Like, niggas not speaking ever again. And after that comes the most disturbing part of this show. Because who in their right mind allowed this nigga to be a superhero? Bro, he has a Gatling gun. Bro is dumping out shells, bro. Like, how is this allowed? This is clearly a villain. As Garo is running, he starts boxing the nigga in the tracksuit. Just really started beating on the nigga for no reason. The nigga with the drill comes and tries to attack him from behind, screeching out his attack. And Garo put the meanest combo I have ever seen on this nigga. And you know, if he had just shut the fuck up and attacked him from behind without making any noise, you might have had the chance to get Garo while he was busy. But you'd rather scream at the top of your fucking lungs like a dog. Nigga with the Gatling come back and is preparing to end Garo. And I will reiterate this again. This nigga is a villain. What hero walks around wearing this on their face? Yo, bro, I swear to this man unleashes all his attacks upon Garo. But Garo is just standing there after blocking every single. Afterwards, Garo is glad.
Serious?
Do you know why? Because dude proved that guns don't work on him now.
Oh shit.
Anywho, Death Gatling gets in his feelings and starts screaming that he's the one who's gonna defeat Garo. And then promptly gets his fucking job. And it's the fact that he did all this with 2 arrows sticking in his back that makes it even crazier. After Garo thinks it's finally all over, Genos head ass pull up. But since instead of jumping...
Oh, we know what that Genos comes and he's gonna get his ass handed. He's gonna pretend like he's gonna win. They give Geno the Vegeta like treatment. It look like he's about to win, and then they just fuck him over like for like no reason. Give my boy Vegeta Geno some real wins. Like what the fuck?
Close says yep, unfortunately.
Can we get like one episode or at least one arc where Vegeta like wins the fight without Goku's help? Please?
I'm not gonna talk about it. But what I will talk about is when Bang and Bomb come to beat his ass. Genos is about to try and incinerate Garo, and this nigga Bang comes from the top rope and kicks the shit out of his jaw. And this is how you know that Bang is a true master at fighting, because unlike every other fucking hero, he didn't scream at the top of his lungs when he was coming in to attack. And it landed! I feel like a lot of shonen characters can learn a thing with Bang. And damn, bro, I swear he just broke his spine on that tree. Bro, he literally wrapped around that bitch. Anywho, Bang is like, hey Garo, long time no see, buddy. And they start boxing. Garo Bang and immediately gets his ass beat. Because one thing you should have learned from all the comics and mangas he read is that you don't fuck with the old master. Anywho, Garo grabs Bang and thinks that he has an upper hand. Bang quickly proves the opposite.
Damn.
Garo starts getting desperate and tries to go and use Gatling's body, you know, as a fucking shield. And that's when Bomb pulls up and kicks him in the face. Again, he made no noise. He just pulled up and hit him. So yeah, things went from bad to worst for Garo. Two of his masters are just here to beat the shit out of him, and they got him gonna lie. But as they're finally going in for a final attack, Garo gets tired of their shit and pushed them away. And out of nowhere, this big ass bird comes and grabs Garo. And true to the testament of an absolute fucking menace, as he's being carried away from safety, he is fussing to go back and run a fade with Bang and Bomb. Honestly, it's not often you see a character like Garo, a character who literally walks around looking to get jumped.
Goku. I'm just gonna say that, Goku. Pretty much, but he can actually he can pull up. Pull up on you, though. I'm gonna say Goku, but he'll pull up on you. He'll pull you up.
Alright, but look, I've seen a lot of it, which includes shonen. And in shonen, getting jumped is like a rite of passage, but it's happening. I made a video called JJK Jumping, which is the most popular video on my channel right now, talking about how Jujutsu Kaisen revolutionized the idea of how they made it great. But there is a phenomenon called a reverse jumping, where a couple of characters will go to jump somebody and fail miserably. Case in point, Team Taka pulling up to Killer Bee. Sasuke and his goons pulled up to jump Killer Bee and failed. Lady, this video has been a long time coming, not gonna lie, bro. But we're finally here with Reverse Jumpings Part 2. And as usual, big shout out to my patrons. They got the video and audio early. And if you too would like to get the audio and videos early, please consider supporting me on Patreon. Without further ado, let's get into it. The first jumping we're gonna get into is Broly manhandling the Z Fighter. Bro, from the start of this fight.
Oh shit! Okay, now we really bring up some shit now. Broly, movie Broly, Z Broly, movie Broly. Okay, let's go.
Broly was getting disrespectful.
Kaisen says, oh boy.
After clotheslining the devil out of Trunks, Broly turns around and says this.
Kakarot, how much do you love your son?
Ain't no way, boy. Ain't no way, boy. Alright everyone, let's have a little talk. In no circumstances should you be continuing a fight after a man turns, looks at you, and asks you how much do you love your son. This is a cause for concern, my boy. You better run. Even Goku realizes this man is crazy and tells Gohan to run.
Get the fuck out of here.
Broly in the chin, and Broly took that shit as a challenge and proceeds to do his best name, sending Goku into a fucking mountain. Gohan is trying to run away, and this demonic creep pulled up through the fucking wall to grab him. Bro, Gohan was shit. Look at this man's face. He drags this kid's face through an entire building. And when Goku and Trunks came and tried to help through the wall like he was part of the rumbling, and clotheslines both of them at the same time. Bro hits Goku so hard he went out of his Super Saiyan. And he's still going with Trunks. Goku realizing his son just got turned into
You know you fucked. You know you fucked when you got knocked out of the form. You know it's not good.
a flag, goes to try and help, but this demonic creature refuses and just steps in front of him. Bruh, Broly is a different kind of menace. Goku trying his hardest to go and save Gunning towards Broly.
Says bro. I'd be like, oh,
hell no.
Oh,
Yep.
man, he's just keep throwing energy balls at him back to back. And bro, he was not stopping. Hey, but low-key props to Goku. He was tanking him though. He was tanking the hit. This man tells Goku to just give up. Goku's a complete dumbass. He doesn't know how to give up. Broly taking that as a challenge, sends his ass flying with an hit ball. And even after all of that, Broly is only getting stronger. All right, let's look at this jumping scene right here. We have Trunks, Gohan, Piccolo, and Goku. They're getting ready to jump the daylight out of Broly.
Says if I get knocked out in my form, I know bro is you.
Yep. I'm not doing it. You won this. We out. It's over, bro. You good. You good. I'm little bro at this point. Fuck you. I know when I'm beaten. Fuck that.
Maniacs.
If you had just let me kill you all before, you wouldn't be dealing with this pain now.
Wow, when you put it that way.
Is this nigga serious?
Wait, well.
Bro, at this point, just pack up your fucking bags and leave, Goku. This ain't it, man. Anywho, Goku and Piccolo goes to attack him, and this man is dodging all their hits with his hands crossed. All right, from watching my jumping
and you know what's wild? Fucking Broly's like 8+ long and well, not even just wide, but oh my god, he's that strong and he's really fast. How is he that big and that fast?
Brightraclose says, yeah, I'm gone.
I'm gone. Fuck that.
Reverse jumping videos. A lot of you know that I always criticize Dragon Ball characters for not their villain. But honestly, I think after this fight, the Z fighters realized that jumping doesn't work in Dragon Ball. After getting the pause put on
No, they're jumping the wrong bro. That's the problem. They're jumping the wrong bro right now. This would have worked on those Cybermen. It would have worked on them Ginyu forces. It would have even on Frieza. It would have worked on fuck even Cell to a certain degree. But with Broly, come on, bro. That's like, look, come on. Broly isn't like the Incredible Hulk. That's what that is, bro. Come on.
Everybody like just had ingrained in their head that jumping doesn't work
can't
anyway.
jump the
Piccolo
Hulk.
goes to attack this man and fails miserably. Man's got kicked into next Tuesday. And after running through Trunks and Gohan, this man punts Piccolo and sends him off with a send this man off with an energy ball, rap. Broly had these fighters in the worst pain they could possibly imagine. Taking L's back to back. Goku asked Broly for a handicap. And Broly, is that another word for coffin? Alright, I know you love fighting and all that. You're a fightaholic. But if one, you're already jumping this nigga, right? And two, you ask for more of a handicap, and he responds the way that Broly does. I'm too retired though, because there ain't no way I'm taking this level of disrespect. And he's just blasting at Goku, laughing at a fucking maniac. Vegeta finally decides to stop being a bitch, because at the beginning of the fight, bro, this man was just on the sidelines glazing Broly, bro. Goku is hobbling away after all those blasts, just menacingly walking towards this man.
Yeah, for real. But Vegeta over there bitching on the side, I'm like, bro, like, how are you scared of the dude who you heard about, but you're not scared of the dude who blew up your planet? Make it make sense. Make it make sense. How are you scared of the dude you heard about, but you're not scared to blow up your literal fucking planet? That's weird shit. That's a weird psychological problem there. That doesn't make a lot of sense. Holy shit.
Like he was Jason or some shit. Goku fires a Kamehameha point blank in Broly's face, and he just stood there and took it. Mans didn't even attempt to die. He was laughing about it. Goku is flabbergasted. This man grabs Goku's head in one hand, and bro, Goku is looking delirious. Like, bro, this man is done. Anywho, like I said earlier, Vegeta finally stops being a bitch and goes to attack Broly, and saying that it didn't end well would be an understatement. Because Trunks was trying to defend Vegeta, so he uppercuts this nigga to the moon. He clotheslines Vegeta. Bro, why does this man love clotheslining people so much? Anywho, he imprints the nigga into a rock and is just pressing his face in it just to rub it in. Vegeta just gets zapped and go out of his Super Saiyan form. And to just rub salt in the wound, he says this.
So it's true. You are all talk and no action. A true piece of trash.
Nitro close. Broly is a wrestling
and I think
fan.
the Z fighters learned
Right?
Moving on.
So I'm here to talk about the one and only Aizen. Now, not only is Aizen one of the coldest villains to ever step into Shonen Jump, he has like a top 5 reverse
says
jump
we fan.
made. Like, look at
Beanbag says
look
high
at this
tea.
big ass cast.
Hello.
And now to put it into perspective,
Hello, Bean.
80% of these niggas were fighting Aizen, and he won. No effort. It first starts off with all the Vizards and he does them like no reaction. Chichi tries to pull up on his mans. He's like, yeah, done controls, nigga. Got you moving like these. You ain't ready. And then Aizen's like, that's it? Man, get that weak shit the fuck up out of here. And violates this burst. Only for all the captains to pull up and hit him with the good old-fashioned jumping. And this is the same nigga that stopped the main character's entire theme song. You really think that shit gonna work? Nah. Straight got hit Tsugaya with the nah, nope, bye. At my anime, I was like, nah, I knew it was cooked. But all the captains using their shit trying for dear life. Nothing's working. This nigga is cheating. They do all that jumping and they finally get a fatal stab in for Ichigo to look up distraught talking about some, what the f are y'all doing? For it to be revealed that they were fighting Momo the whole time. And Tsugaya straight crashing
Yeah, I
out.
remember that. In the anime, that's weird. In the manga, they said, what the heck? But in the anime, I think he said, what the hell? Yeah, he said, what the hell are y'all doing?
The last straw. And that's when Aizen hits him into slumber and does the rest of the captains the same. And to end his jumping, Shinji in a last ditch effort pulls up on Aizen and he's like, how long have you been using Sugetsu? And that's when Aizen drops the coldest panel in this entire manga. How long have you been under the illusion that I wasn't using Getsu?
Yo, bro, let's go! He did say that. I remember him saying that. He's like, oh shit. Made you probably think, wait. Did he ever turn it off? Oh, oh no. Oh, hell no. Remember, we walked in with him standing all the way over there. How did we not know he didn't turn it on as soon as we walked in? Oh, shit.
Bleach, if you haven't, passing it back to my boy.
Alright, bruh. We're gonna be looking at how Loxus put the paws on his own father. If that wasn't bad enough, bruh, he did it to his entire squad. By the way, this was in the same tournament as Natsu versus the Twin Dragons. So they had Loxus match up against a nigga named Raventail. Ain't nobody knew who this Alexi person was. But he was putting the paws on Loxus, which made no sense. As he's manhandling Loxus to everybody else, little do they know, that was just a fucking illusion. In reality, Ivan pulled up with his entire squad. Before I continue, let's look at this weak-ass squad real quick. This man, Ivan, looked like he got his shoulders from the same store Eustace gets his overalls from. You got this weak-ass purple dwarf, a deranged psychopath who don't know how to keep her head straight, a fake Batman villain, oh penguin wannabe ass, and I don't even know what to say about you, bro. You just weird as fuck. You look weird, talk weird, act weird, even your fucking ability is weird. Anywho, after talking shit and saying that he put his whole squad together just to wipe out Fairy Tail, he attacks Lotus and he just took it. Mans didn't even budge. And this delusional weirdo says this.
You gotta bring yourself to strike your father. What a good boy, my sweet little Loxus.
Like, bro, you sus as shit, bro. I wouldn't do that if I was Loxus, bro. Anywho, Makarov reminds this nigga, hey, bro, your real family is the guild. Anywho, this hating ass nigga tells the penguin to start attacking. But Loxus didn't get a chance and immediately takes him out. Kicks the dude's non-existent jaw and just one-shotted him. And the other goobers didn't fare any better. The girl and the dwarf went to attack him, but Loxus was leaving that shit. Not gonna lie, bro, he was doing a good job. And in spectacular fashion, he one-shots the dwarf. And the psychopath catches him with her hair. So Loxus just turns around and breathes on her. Like that, Shawty got herself one-shotted. The weirdo with the sand ability comes from behind. And instead of just attacking Loxus, he decided to say his attack before he does anything. And he just gets backhanded into it. So it was now Ivan's turn to get one-shotted. This nigga was so flabbergasted that his whole squad got wiped. And he was the only one left. And Loxus says this.
Take it out.
Look, deadbeat. I don't know what your goal is here. And frankly, there's only one thing you're getting for all your trouble. Hey!
Caught his ass out on beat deadbeat and everything, bruh. But by now, you already have an idea of how this ends. Ivan gets his ass put balls and one-shotted. And so the illusion broke and everybody actually saw what happened and realized that Loxus just wiped an entire guild out. The next fight is from an anime I truly hold dear. And that is Loki. I really wish Soul Eater would get another season, bro. But that's beside the...
Wait. I hope he's not talking about that stupid punch. Like, I'm not gonna lie. As a kid, I kind of felt like that was underwhelming as fuck. I'm not even kidding. Like, I was into anime, don't get me wrong. And I was not a big analyst on that back then. Like, I didn't put that effort. But when you really, fuck that fucking punch by Maka against the Kishin, that was really underwhelming. I was like, what the fuck? Like, yeah, the animation was on par. And I think that's what kind of, like, softened the blow because the animation went up like a whole 10, but like when you stop and think about like this bitch just punched this dude because of the power of friendship. Ain't this the Kishin? Like, ain't this like the personification of a Kishin? Ain't they like madness?
Close says.
I'm like, what the fuck is this? This is pissing me off. She ran up on this motherfucker and punched him in the face, and then that was it. And his face just explodes. I'm like, this is not like a girl boss thing. This is just a stupid storytelling at this point. It was not even it's not a Maka problem. It's not a girl boss problem. It's an anime shonen problem. Oh, that was a stupid thing.
How this whole reverse jumping started is Maka, Tsubaki, Blackstar, and Soul are failing. They pulled up to Lord Death and was like, hey, why did you call us? And he's like,
says, I wonder what happened in the manga.
should actually check that myself.
You guys are gonna need to take remedial classes. They're like, hey, wait, why? Makes Maka explain their duty at the school, which is to collect 99 human souls and 1 witch soul. And he's like, yeah, you niggas have gotten 0 souls altogether. And then, hey, but there's this nigga Sid, right? He's like the greatest teacher we've ever had. But recently he got turned into a fuck zombie. But he's been going around attacking students, trying to teach them the great lesson that dying has taught him, since he can't die anymore. He's like, yeah.
I'm not gonna lie, before he became a zombie, I thought Sid looked really fucking cool. I liked his design. His design hard. Like, fuck. Soul Eater got some awesome character designs. It didn't matter who it was.
Lavender TV Queen says, hey.
It had some Kingdom Hearts like designs, and I think it was still produced by Square Enix at the time while being. So yeah, this shit went fucking hard.
Yeah, go find this nigga Sid and find who the hell turned him into a fucking zombie. So they go to the graveyard that he's supposed to be at. And Soul and Blackstar are just being stupid, making a lot of noise in the fucking cemetery for some odd reason. And Maka's just there, sad as fuck, wondering why she has to take remedial classes when she's the smartest nigga around. As Blackstar and Soul are screaming and wondering where this nigga Sid is at, he pops up from underground and grabs Maka's leg. And this nigga tried to shake a hoe. But Blackstar quickly came in for the save. And then this nigga Sid, right, grabs his headstone and starts using that shit as a weapon.
Hey, yo, what the fuck?
They fought, but since that's not what we're here for, I'm gonna skip the fight. Anywho, they ended up catching this Sid. And then we get back to Death explaining who might be behind Sid being turned into a zombie, who he says is Frankenstein. And then they show you this dude's die. He has a giant screw on the side of his head. Like, bro, this nigga literally has a screw. And then Maka and the gang pulled up, ready to jump this nigga. And
you know what was funny? Now funny with this, and this is the most funniest part. When I made the video, the Marvel Rivals video just recently I posted today, with the Flex video, I honestly wasn't going to use like a model that was like empty like I did. I was going to draw Dr. Stein. I'm not even kidding. I was going to draw Dr. Stein as the metaphor as a Flex player. Because if I remember right...
Brighter Clothes says, oh really?
I really was going to do that, but I said, no, that's too much work. And then I was like, I don't think people are going to get the joke, per se, because I don't think a lot of people... no, I know a lot of people know Soul Eater, but I don't think you get the joke Marvel Rivals-wise. So I kind of left it alone. I even wrote the word flex on the chest, so they don't get confused on what a flex player is, or where... But I honestly was going to use Dr. Stein as a metaphorical placement at the very beginning of the video. Because if I remember right, for those who watch Soul Eater, Dr. Stein has a very specific soul, or a specific special soul that can work with any other soul. So he can literally flex with any weapon and learn it almost instantly. Just watching, or just literally like, just using it the first time. Firstly, I don't think he gets good with it the very first time, but the second time he gets good with it instantly. Like, he's a Death Meister, so like, he knows what he's doing. He has a special soul that makes him be, like, special or whatever. I was going to do that, but I don't think people will actually caught on what I was trying to say there.
Yeah, this was their first introduction to this man. Anywho, Blackstar's on the roof being loud as usual, because this nigga just can't stand not being the center of attention. He goes and starts attacking Stein, but he blocks all the hits and retaliates, putting Star on his ass. Next, Mako and Soul starts attacking him, but they weren't faring any better, and even Star was catching strays. Mid-fight, he realizes who Maka is, realizing she's spirit. When Maka and Soul ask him how he knows this, it's because he used to experiment with nigga's body as he slept. Oh, nah. Bro, somebody lock this man up, bro. He's a fucking maniac. And bro, he did that for 5 years here at noticing. But hey, look on the bright side. He's a good doctor. After saying that he wants to dissect Maka because she's his daughter, he goes and attacks her, disrupting her soul. And them niggas was flabbergasted that he was able to do this. Maka goes for another attack, and he makes her drop soul. And this nigga starts creating lines on her body to where he should dissect. Like, bro, somebody put this man in jail. He is not stable. Bro, he says he wants to
Lavender TV Queen says Soul Eater is one of my very first animes on
he's not the center of attention, goes for an attack again. And this time,
I think for me, Soul Eater was the very first... No, it was Air Gear. For me, not first anime, but first, like, knowing what anime truly was. I thought anime was just, like, kind of like Pokemon. I went based on the art style, so I kind of knew anime was. I just couldn't... Like, I didn't know what was the term for it at the time in 2005. But, when I watched Air Gear, it was on my aunt's T-Bell, right? She had a T-Bell back when. recording shows was kind of popular from your cable box. And there was a section in the cable box where you can go and see like on-demand shit, and they had a free version. Like you can see like free shows that you may want to watch from a season or something. This is before Netflix. This is like I think 3 or 4 years. And I saw the word Air Gear, and I saw the picture, the banner, and I thought the banner looked really cool. Because it was too, and plus...
Brydroclose says cash and sins for me.
Right? And then, oh yeah, Cash and Sins, you watched that? Ah, shit, let's go. Great art style, I'm not gonna lie. I think it's the same dude who made Astro Boy, or I think the same dude who did Saint Seiya, if I'm right. So I watched the first 3 episodes. I think you get the first episodes for free, and I was super hooked on the show because I just love the song, the soundtrack, the characters, blah blah blah. You know, Iki and them. I thought it was fun, and I thought the idea of like the skates, or what do you call it, gave you. I wouldn't gave you powers, but it was skates that make you fly to a certain degree, like it made you glide and stuff. I was like, that was really cool. So I was like, okay. And then
Brydroclose says it.
I got so ATS or ATs, I think they call it. And I got hooked on the show, and I think Soul Eater came out like a year or 2 later.
said hello.
And then watched Soul Eater Halo. Or I think it was 3 years later. When I watched Soul Eater, I was like, Jesus Christ, this show was amazing because I put the effort to watch Air Gear when YouTube became more popular and people was just putting up the show on the web, on the site before copyright became a thing. Like legitimate like copyright. People put like I don't think you couldn't put more than 30 minutes of a video back then. They put like 10 minutes of a video or something like that. So people cut it in pieces. So you would get you have to watch the show in pieces. So there'll be like 1/3.
Brydroclose says right? Back on YouTube.
Yeah, back on YouTube. So like you have to watch it. If you say Ear Gear 1/3, that means that's and Air Gear episode 1/3. So this is episode 1, and this is 5 minutes or 9 minutes of episode 1. And then you have to watch episode 1, 2/3. So the struggle was real. If you're a YouTuber, you know what I'm talking about. You used to watch anime like that in pieces, right? And it was interesting. And I guess in the time where 720 or 1080p became more like accessible for everyone and internet got better, and that was like the height of like great HDness, and then Blu-ray came over like a few years after, and then the idea of like watching things in 1080p was kind of useless if you didn't watch it in Blu-ray and blah 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 and all that stuff. So like I watched a little bit of Soul Eater on YouTube, and I was just so hooked. And then it was on, I think it was on Netflix. I think they put Soul Eater on Netflix at the time, or was it Funimation? I think it was Funimation. I don't think it was even on Netflix. And I think my cousin had like a 30-day trial at the time. And his mom got him like Funimation. I think it came in a bundle with their package, and I got to watch Soul Eater. Oh my god, I binge watched the fuck out of that show. I was so happy. Bro, I was so fucking happy. Like, bro, like, this show got me on the idea of, like, character design. It made me want to draw. Like, I used to watch shows like Zatch Spell and all that stuff, but like, this show in particular made me want to draw or get into drawing. Like, not in the level I am now, but, like, it gave me the reason.
Lavenda TV Queen says, say I first wicked it, I winished it all into 3 days.
Yep. That's crazy. Like, it's, like, man, I tell you. Like, this back, like, the times when I got Kingdom Hearts. I remember when I got Kingdom Hearts back in 2002. And I got it at GameStop because I did well. Because my parents promised me if I do well on my test, they'll get me Kingdom Hearts. So I was like, okay, I'm going to put my all into this test. Fucking spelling test. Right? And then this is around the time Blockbuster was around. So, like, we went to, it was not even called GameStop. It was called EB Games.
All my friends are toxic, ambitionless, so rude and always.
Thank you, Fave Artist, for sending one extension. Brydroclose says ho.
Bro, you remember that? You remember EB Games? Remember it used to be called that?
Cheers, love. The
Holy
cavalry's
shit.
here.
It was called EB Games.
Thank you, Fave Artist, for sending 1X finger high.
You know I'm bringing up old shit.
Thank you, Dave Artist, for sending for X Lightning Bolt.
Thank you, I appreciate it. But you know I'm bringing up some old shit when I say that. EB Games? That was an old... Hey, Coffee, what's going on?
Coffee Fan 2024 said...
Right for close. Thanks for the gifts, Faith.
Thank you for the gifts. I appreciate it, hon. But yeah, it's like...
Lavenda TV Queen says OFC.
When I got Kingdom Hearts, I remember when I first got it and we bought it. We walked out of the door of EB Games at the time, and I had the game and I pulled out the bag even before we got in the car and I screamed out, "I got the game!" I remember that as a kid. My dad looked at me like, "What the fuck is wrong?" He's like, "What the hell?" I'm like, "Bro, you don't know!" Like, they know, and he still don't know. You don't know how serious getting Kingdom Hearts at the time as a kid at that time was.
Brighter Close says memories.
Like, bro, you don't know. Like, you know how cool it was when it, like, okay, when I heard of Kingdom Hearts, it wasn't like through word of mouth. It was like, I think if you remember, grew up in the early 2000s, they had a section on Disney Channel. Well, they'll try to like do they won't do reviews, but they'll do like.
Brighter Close says, I remember looking at the back on my way home.
Bro, like the way I knew about it was, I think everyone knew Kingdom Hearts through this very reason. I think most people figured it out not through like actual commercial, because I don't think they had much of a commercial for Kingdom Hearts because it was super niche at the time. So I think how most kids knew about Kingdom Hearts, it was like Disney Channel had a segment at the time. They used to play those old movies, and they had a segment where they would bolster like games that they thought was interesting for kids. It was a glorified commercial, but it was a commercial that wasn't a commercial because Disney Channel didn't have commercials. Toon Disney did, but don't think Disney Channel had much commercials at all. Ever rarely. If there was commercials, it was Disney related, right? So it was like it was the network for like teens at the time. And they had a segment where they were showing this game. It was in Christmas time. It was playing Christmas music. And I think they was playing the Nutcracker or something. And they was showing like this game called Kingdom Hearts, and you get to play with all that you know in this fighting type like adventure game. And the less you knew about it, the more you wanted the game. That was great marketing. I don't know how they did it. For some odd reason, when I watched the little review they're making of this game, I just wanted the game. I think it was the stylization, like the anime look and all that stuff. Like it was anime with Disney, right? And I didn't know what anime were, like the term anime, but I knew what I was looking at. You know what I'm saying? I knew what it was. I just didn't know the name of the term that I was looking at. So when I saw the little preview, I was like, bro, Aladdin? That sounds weird. You get to play alongside Aladdin or like Hercules and Tarzan? I was like, what? I thought that was fucking crazy. I was like, you know what? Fuck yeah, I'm gonna get that game. And at the time, this was when I was considered like, I guess, poor compared to my cousin, because he was a lot more like well off than I was. So like he wasn't into Kingdom Hearts like that. He was not into anime, but he was into getting a new game because he could. So he was not really for getting the game. So how we the game a little before I actually bought the game was we rented it at Blockbuster because his mom was going down to Blockbuster, and I convinced him to get the game like at Blockbuster, and he was like, whatever, yeah, whatever. So we did, and we took it home because I was sleeping at his house. So we played it, and he started realizing how fun the game actually was, and I was like, this is like, it's one of those moments where you didn't need anything about the game, you just knew it was good or it was very interesting to get into. He was not into anime, and he was not into like the whole like what is life type thing, because in Kingdom Hearts they really jumped onto that segment of like, what is life, what is the meaning of this, what is our worlds and stuff, right?
Lavenda TV Queen says, what time are you getting off today?
I'm not getting off till like probably 9. I'm gonna be done today. I'm gonna get this done as fast as possible. But like that was the thing, and because he wasn't into anime, but he liked Disney, and he liked Hercules. So I guess that would convince him the most to actually play a game. I think he wasn't for the anime because he didn't really understand this, but he didn't like the whole, like, all that anime stuff, but he did enjoy the gameplay. Because the gameplay was tight. And I said this 2 weeks ago. Kingdom Hearts is only really good, not because of its story, but because of its gameplay. It's tight controls, and it's really good. Like, it's very responsive, it's really fun. Anyone can pick it up and play it, and you have to master it. That was fun, right? That was the best thing about Kingdom Hearts, because if it did not have good gameplay, this game would have been ass. Like, ass. Both story and gameplay. Like, no one really, I don't think any kid cared about the story like that. They just wanted to see if they can get to the next world. That's all they cared about. That's all I cared about. That's all I cared about. But when I realized the game was actually really fun to play, like, actually fun other than the Disney aspect, I was like, fuck these Disney characters. I actually like the anime characters. I didn't know there was Final Fantasy characters at the time when I was a kid. Like, running the Cloud. Looking at base Kingdom Hearts on Cloud. Come on, bro. His whole drip, like, come on. You didn't want to dress like Cloud. Like, Cloud, look, you didn't, like, if you didn't know Final Fantasy, the fact that I think most kids was introduced to Final Fantasy because of Kingdom Hearts to a certain degree. Like, let's just be honest. Because most people only knew about Cloud because they fought him at the Coliseum. And then Leon at the very beginning of the game when you leave Destiny Island. Like, fuck.
Dracula says true.
Like, straight up. That shit was crazy.
And he does the same thing that Stein was doing, using his soul wavelength. Everyone is shocked that he's able to do this. But because Stein's a fucking genius, he can match his soul wavelength with anybody else. And so the attack had no effect. And he turns around and he's, all right, my turn to attack. And fries this nigga's brain. Oh my god, bro, that looks so fucking painful. And so Blackstar was out of commission after that. These niggas are not gonna win this. Decides he's going to help out. Back to the fight. Soul is trying to get Maka fired up to go back to fighting him. But she's looking like she's seen a ghost. After seeing Stein's soul wavelength, that was a fucking tongue twister. Maka just give
Faith, can you say reference of the top here? Because I'm not sure if these round balls be round. If you have any form of reference I can use that for the sleeve to be under it, please send that to me, please. I'll appreciate it if you did, hon. Thank you.
Is up. Because there's no way they can beat this man. And Death the Kid didn't make it there because he's incapacitated on the floor after realizing he forgot toilet paper the right way. This man has like the most extreme case of OCD. Our fight reverse jumping is a legendary one. And it's none other than the menace himself, Ulvagan versus the Shadow Beast. Oh my god, this fight was brutal. First of all, this straight weirdos pull up. And they walking like they cool or some shit. Like, y'all niggas look strange. You got this fake ass Alan the Alien pretending to be Earthworm Jim. Ugh, this is how you chose to make your entrance? By slithering into the fucking ground. The other three are walking up like they're the Three Musketeers or some shit. And Ulvagan is ready for these niggas. Phaeton was about to hop in, but Ulvagan told him not to. And bro, let's look at the rest of the squad. You got this fake ass shark boy. Like, bro, they wanna be a hedgehog so bad. We'll look at the other two later. But the first person to attack was Earthworm Jim. And he got a good hit on Ulvagan, not gonna lie. But shit, he ended up breaking his fingers in the process. And Ulvagan retaliates. He grabs his arm and pulls his ass in the ground to try any more.
Well, then the TV queens that look good.
And with one attack, he makes.
Are you sure? Because if you have any like Pinterest like outfits that matches this, you can send. I have no problem with that.
The fucking crater and put that man out of commission. After seeing his
I want to be as accurate as possible to what you gave me, so I don't like directly walking away from what was initially given to me unless there's a reason why they want me to change stuff. But I don't like changing anything. I'll add to a little bit, but I'm not going to add a lot. I like to keep things as same as possible, as like just a tiny 2-3 changes at max. I don't like, and when I say change, I'm talking about adding. I'm not talking about changing anything. I don't think that there's worth changing it. I think everything's fine with it. I just need to make sure everything's in the right place. So this looks as in-depth as possible. So
too, the other three goobers realize that he's a Phantom Troop member, and they start getting excited. We'll see how long that excitement lasts. Kurapika, who we're gonna talk about in another video, also sees the tattoo and gets a boner. But the next attacker is the dude in tracksuit, and upon punching him, realizes he got stabbed with a bunch of hair. And this fucking weirdo is manipulating his body hair at will. While he's distracted, the other weirdo comes and take a bite out of his neck. Ulvagan starts going crazy trying to throw the other nigga off his hand, but finally realizes he's been tranquilized, and now he can only move his head while he's on his ass. Ugh, bro. bro? Why are they so fucking weird? Nigga got a leech coming out of his mouth. And they're all so fucking excited about these abilities. Like, y'all should be ashamed. The weirdo that's laughing is not gonna be laughing for long. Cause Uvagin just bites this and bro, he's fucking chewing it. Oh my god. He says it's disgusting. This absolute fucking menace says he only needs everything above his neck to kill these weirdos. He spits a chunk of coal at Shark Boy. Eliminates that nigga. And it was a fucking headshot. And finally, bro, this nigga takes a deep breath. All the other members covers their fucking ears because they know what's about to happen.
He's
and this man
scream.
screams directly in that nigga's ear. And this nigga got cooked on the spot.
That was funny.
He just tosses him aside when he was done with him. Ladies and gentlemen, we have seen some great reverse jumpings today, but Uvagin is a fucking menace. To take out all of your opponents in such a way is nothing short of spectacular. Anywho, thank you for watching Reverse Jumpings Part 2, and a huge shout out to Zephyr for agreeing to be on this video. Y'all go subscribe to this man. His content slaps. If you enjoyed the video, please subscribe, leave a like.
It's so funny.
I'll see you guys on the next video. Alright, bro, look. We all love when somebody gets jumped in anime. It's hilarious. Sasuke almost getting clapped at the 5-Kage Summit will always be great. Mahito getting done dirty by Nanami and Yuji will always be funny. So I've decided to run it back with some of the nastiest reverse jumpings that anime has to offer. Part 2 was like 5 months ago. But I've seen your comments and seen some of the reverse jumpings that I didn't want. So here we are, running it back for a third time. Anywho, we're starting this off with none other than Attack on Titan. They put up to Annie, and Eren is very confident they're going to win. The squad starts moving like a well-oiled machine. Not gonna lie, bro, they started off good. Their coordination was clean, getting Annie in the face and plucking out her eyeballs. And these guys were not saying a single word, but they are all in sync, determined to cook Annie right here. And bro, they did not disappoint. They put her in the corner and start wailing on her. Their communication was off the charts, smooth. They go for her arm, her muscles, and making her drop her guard. And bro, Eren is flabbergasted at how good these guys are. Bro was like, ain't no way, boy, we got this in the bag. I'm with the A-team now. But ladies and gentlemen, as the good book says, all good things must come to an end. One of them goes for an attack and gets jumped on. Was that the bite of
La Vendetta Queen says anime.
Flabbergasted. Like, bro, they were moving so nice. It was going so well. But how did we get here? And things didn't get better from there. Annie recovered one and immediately started going after them. Petra gets stomped on. And this goober tried to go for the name, but Annie froze it. And I guess Annie was practicing her soccer skills because this kick is diabolical. And she lands in a superhero pose. Bro, that's 100 style points right there. One. Eren saw true terror that day. He also had a boner looking at it. But we don't trust that. Eren did proceed to give Annie the beating of her life, but that's not a reverse jumping, so we're moving on. Shimazaki was a menace before he even started
this bro right here. One thing in anime rule, there's a #1 anime rule you always should learn. Whenever you come across a character with his eyes closed, this motherfucker will fuck you
says,
up.
oh yeah.
Whenever their eyes is closed, they're overpowered almost instantly as fuck. The only thing that's going to keep you safe is plot armor. Let's just call it if you're the main character. Whenever a character
TV Queen says yeah.
They're usually overpowered for like no reason. Sometimes they're even more overpowered than the actual villain sometimes. That should be crazy.
That's jumping. But afterwards, he cemented himself as a true menace. Mans pulled up and abducted the Prime Minister like it was nothing. And immediately started running the fade when they came to attack him. Bro teleported from the girl and got her sniped with some good old friendly fire. Teleported behind the other dude and body checked him. What? How did he make him explode? I kid you not, bro. This fight was non-stop action. Shimazaki gets punched and then grabbed by the old dude. And not gonna lie, he thought he was doing something. Until he got smacked by a stop sign. Other dude tried to no-scope him while he was manhandling guy in the green. He just teleports behind him and pecked him in the mouth, kicking him for some extra points and disrespect. They tried to crush this man, which didn't work. And when he pulled up, Glasses guy tried to hit him in the back of the head with a metal pipe and ended up getting styled on. Imagine being so confident, bro, you stand on a nigga's head. This is Goku levels of disrespect right here. Dude in the rope tried to get him with the teleported behind him. Took a hit like it was nothing. Koyama came for a punch and got swatted away like a fly. The other three comes to jump him, and he tosses them one by one to this fake black. Yo, is this what black people look like to y'all? Because I do not look like that. He buries the other.
I don't think he was black. I think he was actually Indian. He had that thing on his head. But again, it doesn't mean you're actually Indian because you have that thing on your head.
The dude in the ground teleports while humming his head. By the way, his eyes are still closed. Glasses took some shots at him, which didn't work. After realizing he got hurt by a manhole cover, Teru tried to
I think he was a Hindu monk, if I remember right. I don't think he was a black person.
come up with a plan, to which he teleports, palms his head, and starts slamming this nigga's face and everything he can find. Bro teleports into this mean-ass combo, and bro was not done after the kick. He starts wailing on Teru, and everyone's scared he's gonna kill him. Bro was pulling teleportation combos on this man. Teru had none, but then he blocked the final hit, and this man Teru actually starts fighting back, realizing that Shimazaki relies too much on his powers. Anywho, Shimazaki says after his boss he might end the world, and Teru, knowing that mob exists, laughs at his dumbass remark, and then he proceeds to get hit in the face with a pebble, because when he's distracted, that's when they can hit him. As he's falling down, the martial arts girls start pummeling him, and bro, they really out here jumping this nigga now. The zebra hatches him and tosses him, only to get caught by Koyama, landing a juicy punch. After getting dogged like that, it forced this man to concentrate, and finally he opens his mind's eye, teleports, and simultaneously cooks everybody. Shimazaki starts bragging to Teru until he felt mob's energy. And
Yep, that was it. Once they open their eyes, you piss them off. Once they open their eyes, you piss off. They don't want to deal with this anymore. It's like, you know what? I'm done with you. I'm so done with you. Especially if their eyes are wide open. If they just kind of open their eyes, you got them a little bit. But once they have their both eyes open, you're fucked.
Dracula says yeah.
Yep.
this delusional buffoon decided to challenge Mob. While trying to pose like Frieza, Reagan comes out of nowhere.
I forgot he walked out on this man and punched him. I forgot that. Oh my god, that was one of the funniest shits I have ever seen. It was so like, it was dead serious. Like, that what made it any more fun. Motherfucking serious.
Dracula says
Oh my god, oh my god, he was so serious. And I took that shit fucking serious because I was like, oh shit, he's really serious. And then you saw Reagan just pile driving him. It was a fast frame too. Like, you kind of see it, but you didn't see it.
Bro really got caught off guard.
It's those moments like, if you blink, you might miss it type situations.
By a nigga with superpowers. And that was the end of Shimazaki. Ladies and gentlemen, last time I spoke about Black Clover was the first reverse jumping video, where I covered the most goated female in anime, Miria Leona. But this time, the reverse jumping is not in the main character's favor. Licked showed out immediately against Asta and Yuna. Bro spawned in, and the first thing he did was pull up to Asta, with neither Asta or Yuno being able to sense him, took this man's sword from him, and tried to split his fucking head open with it. And he barely gave them a second to breathe. He throwing slashes at Asta and Yuno.
Yeah.
Pulled up to Yuno.
Yeah, and then he blew them outside the cave or something, and the song started playing. That shit went hard. Even though they lost, I was like, bro, I'm not gonna lie, that was one of my favorite moments in those fights. Like, even though they lost, I was like, man, that went fucking hard. I was like, damn, I see why this show is from Naruto now. Like, it was those moments I was like, okay, this show is different from Naruto completely. Like, there is no different, like, there is no comparison at this point. They're different, and they're different in their own ways, but this is not a Naruto show. At first it came off like that, but when you watch the show, I'm like, no, it wasn't. This show's different, like, Jesus Christ.
Tried to bonk him, but Asta came in for the save and started trying to fight him, but he was unsuccessful.
And the thing is, when they do that, when they play the music to the show, it gives me that Digimon vibe. You know what I'm talking about? Like, when they get into, like, a fight with, like, the main baddie for the week, they play, like, the runaround song. That's usually the best one out of the run. They'll play some, like, other two songs, but they're never as good as the runaround song. So it felt like that. So it's kind of crazy how, like, it gave me Digimon vibes when they got into a crate. And then what made it even better was, like, those moments where you're watching a Sakuga moment where they're
For close says I run around, you run around.
Yeah, that one is like, it's kind of funny because every time you get mad hype. That one made the song even more hype. Like, the song was great by itself, but when you actually play it when they're fighting, it was like, okay, it's like a Yusen type thing, but with actual lyrics. Let's go.
Dual wielding swords like he was Kirito. Yuno used L to bind him and give Asta an opening to attack, but it didn't end well, and he took a back shot. And man, Asta is on the ground. Bro comes in and kicks the fuck out of him, and not giving him any chance to breathe, he starts throwing attacks. Yuno, on the other hand, is trying to aim. Hey, wait a minute, I've seen this scene before. what a coincidence. And just Shimazaki, he teleports right up to Yuno and tries to shake her. Luckily, Yuno dodged, in the process hitting Asta. And Yuno's like, hey bro, he casted fast movement on himself. What are we supposed to do now? And here's dumbass, how about we hit him harder? Wow, splendid plan, Sangzu. Anywho, while they were discussing, Lick was throwing a Getsuga Tensho at them, sending Asta through a billion walls, and then casually breaking this nigga's spine. Yuno launched a crazy attack at him, and he just casually stops it, and throwing it back to Yuno. While dodging, Lick pulled up and tried to slash him in the back, and Mans just started chasing Yuno. Nothing he did worked against this dude. Like bro, both Asta and Yuno were getting bodied in this fight. Asta is literally down for the count in the water right now. Bro is in deep cap. Oh my god, he's so strong. Why did he do to my sword? Why do I suck? While Asta gives himself a pep talk, Yuno is out here struggling. I would tell you guys what happened next, but they're leaf blowing again. It's Monday. Anywho, Yuno is dodging for his life while formulating a plan. And then he finally gets the chance to use his monozone. He fires it, and Raya becomes concerned. But somehow Lick blocked the attack that was coming from behind him.
Yo, bro, that got me too. Like, what the fuck? I was like, wait, what? I totally forgot about he could do that. I was like, bro, what the fuck? That got me hard. I was like, bro, like, I got so mad, slightly mad.
Right, let's go.
I was like, this fight is going hard. I was like, wait, hold the fuck up. When he did that, I was like, he got him. He got him. There's no way. And then he just puts his arm right under his armpit with the thing in his hand, and he's like, oh, I just absorbed it. I was like, no! I literally had that reaction. I got so mad.
Raya celebrates until Asta pulled up, finally finding his motivation. I like chicken. Asta goes in with the slash of using their brotherly bond to launch the greatest attack ever known to man. Lick blocked it, but then Asta grabbed his sword. And while they try to go for a final attack, Lick blasts the daylights out of these two.
Yep. Knocked them right out. I'm not gonna lie, when they got hit, I was like, fuck. And then the song's over, I was like, fuck. And then it's like the episode, I was like, ah, no. And then what makes it funny?
Right,
like,
close says show's over.
Yeah, it's like, I got so mad, like, no. And then what's worse is like, it takes several episodes to get back to Lick. I was like, oh, fuck. And then we finally get to see the devil. I was like, bro. Like, it's a bit of like, I wouldn't say it's filler, but it felt like filler at that point after that fight. They have to like recuperate, and they have to get back to the castle, and then we have to go and watch the what's her name? Noelle's story and her problems with her family, and then everyone got their own particular fight. I was like, I'm not against these characters getting their fight, but that fight had me more hyped, and I'm like, everyone else's fight wasn't as good as, and I was like, ugh. Then when we finally got back to, like, into the castle per se, and they finally got back to Lick, and then the devil came up, and then they know the whole story behind that, I'm like, oh, okay, finally. Yes! I want to listen to anyone else's problems. Like, shit, I want to get back to the fight. Like, damn.
Bruh! Look at this explosion! And bro was just standing there. Like this was just a normal Saturday for him. Bro, for people with overwhelming power, you know, that's characters like Ainz get jumped all the time. But contrary to Lick, this man, Ainz Oga, is a whole different beast. Like throughout the series, Ainz was just casually humbling shit. And it all started with a slain theocracy.
Okay, I'm gonna be honest, I have not seen Overlord, but I don't really care to. It's something I don't think it's...
Right, says Overlord.
I just keep putting it off. I know I should watch it, and I don't know what it is. It's like once I start watching episode 1, 2, or 3, I just fall off. I don't know why. It's not even like it's boring. It's not boring to me. It's just like, for some reason, I don't have interest, and it's just making me mad. I don't know why.
So they decided to attack this village, and Ainz took it upon himself to defend it. Bro pulled up ready to fight an entire army. I mean, 100% of them were fodder, but... Anywho, Ainz is like, offer me your life without any resistance.
Well, then the TV queen says I've seen Overlord at his board meeting.
Angels attack Ainz.
Is
it
it?
looks like
okay.
They were successful until they weren't. And so Ainz made his declaration to massacre every single one of them. So dude tells all the other angels to attack, and Ainz casually disintegrated all of them. Ladies and and gentlemen, this is what happens when over-leveled. All the other soldiers start summoning spells and attacking Ainz. Albedo gets mad and one of their heads off. But Ainz
La Venda TV
anyway,
Queen
the
says
dude
it's all
realizes that he's not
positive
doing
to me.
anything. He's like, Principality of Asshole
It's all too
Penetration.
positive to
Attack!
me.
And this thing pulls out a fucking mace and goes to attack Ainz. Bro blocks it and literally cooks this angel.
Really? Oh, I didn't expect that one.
To nothing, one-shotting it. After seeing this, instead of giving up and running away,
I was not expecting someone to say that. That was crazy. It's kind of actually crazy.
Lady Queen says it's easy for me to predict things in
the
that show.
Okay, I get you. Okay, that's what you mean.
this man pulls out his trump card, the Dominion Authority, who's supposed to be the highest of all the angels. Ainz face bombs at just how weak this thing is compared to him, and this is like, oh, you're scared. There's no running for your life now. Until I him that his highest spell is only child's play compared to him. But dude, not caring to listen, crashes out and ordered the angel to attack. Ainz purposely didn't dodge it just to feel some pain. Bro, Ainz, you want some weird shit right now, my boy? Anywho, Albedo starts freaking out because Ainz felt pain. She cannot let the love of her life feel pain! But Ainz told her ass to chill out and just summons a fucking black hole, one-shotting this angel too. Dude, realizing he's fucked, starts begging for his life. But Ainz, I did ask you to surrender your life without resistance, remember? Now I'm gonna go over and show you why they call me Bone Daddy. Anywho, the next reverse jumping is from a little known anime. I don't think you guys have heard of it. It's this small new called Solo Leveling. If you have not read Solo Leveling or watched the anime, what are you doing? We'll do that immediately. This man, Sung Jin-woo, has a reputation of just humbling anybody he crossed. And one of the first people to find this out was some hunters who tried to set him up to die. After that failed, they tried to kill him and his buddy, pulling up with a whole group to kill 2 people. One of them smacked him with an attack and put him out of commission. But little do they know, thanks to the system, he now has no choice but to kill him or else he's going to die. One of the goobers puts his arm around his neck and was talking shit. And Jinwoo just casually slices this nigga's neck open. 2 others come to attack him and immediately got put down, followed by the gunner. And then he cooks up the maid. And that was 5 out of the 6 kills he needed. Now their boss, who is C rank, activates his skill because he's C rank. Of course he can defeat a low-level chump like Jinwoo. Bro really thought he would win just because Jinwoo might be tired after fighting a boss and killing 5 fodder hunters. Bro goes on the attack and immediately got his face put in the dirt. Bro tried to beg for his life, but Jin was like,
La Venda TV Queen says I think I've seen the first episode.
This man Jin moves his head from his neck.
The show's actually pretty good. It doesn't feel like a type of show that's like, it's predictable in some, it's not in others, so like it's not bad.
One clean slice. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, we've covered some wild reverse jumpings today.
I highly recommend.
If you have any reverse jumpings you'd like me to cover, put them in the comments. Maybe in 5 more months I'll make a part 4. I don't. The video, please.
Right says, yeah, I thought people wouldn't end.
I'll see you guys in the next video.
La Venda TV Queen says, yeah, I agree.
I think it's based on how it looks because it has that predictable aesthetic for like overpowered characters and stuff. I was like, I don't know. It kind of looks like it's kind of like predictable to a certain degree. I don't feel like it's going to be like all that fun. And then I realized, oh, it's pretty fun. So I was like, okay, it's not bad. I actually recommend this to people. So yeah, that's actually awesome. Let's go. Okay, let me see what's the next one. Okay, let's see. Greatest jumpings in anime compilation. First day of Shibuya. Let's see. I see that JJK one. Okay. JJK. I think it was. I think it was this one.
Anime jumping. In most anime, there's always going to be a character that gets jumped, usually the villain. But among the several anime that just has the villains getting jumped, not many does it as good as Jujutsu Kaisen. Jujutsu Kaisen idea of getting jumped and turned it into an art form. Never in my life have I seen somebody get jumped so masterfully, other than that one scene in JoJo where they... But Jujutsu Kaisen has mastered the art of getting jumped. Today, we're going to be looking at two of my favorite jumpings of not just Jujutsu Kaisen, but in anime altogether. Mahito gets the two-piece combo. First of all, how you gonna start the fight by getting your face discombobulated? Bro? This is how we knew you was already about to get boxed up, bro, because this is how the fight started, bro. He was flabbergasted too. My dog was like, hey, yo, what the fuck? There was no reason he should be able to do that. But Itadori kept on coming for him and, throwing punches. And then this nigga...
I'm just going to keep on pounding him.
What did he say?
Okay, bro, that is the sus thing that you could ever say during a fight, bro. You're gonna pound this nigga? Hey, yo, like, bro, you couldn't have said anything else, but you're gonna pound this nigga into the ground.
Nitro says low.
You might want to calm down there. Pause. But as the fight goes on, he's getting pressed a little, bro. And he finally catches Itadori and tried to fuck with that nigga's soul. Sukuna was like, hey, are you touching my soul right now? Hey, listen here, little nigga. This is the only time you will ever get to do this. You ever come near my soul again, I will fuck you in the... He didn't actually say that, but nigga Mahito's face, bro, he was shitting bricks already. But after catching Itadori off guard again, he was about to go for that blow. And then Nanami shows up. And this is when the jumping begins. Nanami was like, hey, yo, why is he bleeding? What happened to his face? Itadori was like, I boxed him up earlier. And Nabi was like, hey, did you let him touch you? Of course, Itadori said, yeah. Then Nanami's like, all right, bro, listen here, dude. So what we're gonna do is, I'm gonna stop him from moving. And when we finally get an opening, we're gonna give him that two-piece. Bro, this was calculated jumping, a premeditated violation. And so they proceed with the plan. And the jumping begins. Now, it took a little minute of them fighting him, but they finally got that nigga lacking. And the worst beat down in anime started. And oh my god, bro, the way they had this nigga's head.
Let him get up. Let him get up.
I feel bad for this nigga Mahito, bro.
I don't know why that one meme fits so well to this. He's like, yo, let him get up. Fight back.
When I tell you Jujutsu Kaisen has some of the best jumpings in anime, bro, this is what I mean, bro. This is the definition of getting jumped. They barely gave this nigga time.
I don't know what it is. I think that part makes me laugh the most when he says, yeah, let him get up. And then they proceed to say, fight. There's like 3 dudes on it. I'm like, what the hell? How can he fight back?
I don't even think they were throwing hits back to back until Mahito got tired of their shit and opened the fucking domain expansion. And they left Itadori's stupid ass outside because he didn't want to deal with his ass. But Itadori being a little bit brain dead, he punches his way in. And that's when Sukuna comes out and was like, hey bro, didn't I tell you there wouldn't be a second warning? Now I'm about to kick your ass. You mean fuck my ass up, right?
I'm a warrior!
And he fucked up his domain expansion and blew it up.
Man, I fell down to my knees when the law came.
Yuji, seeing an opportunity, goes for to murk this nigga out of existence. But Mahito being an Orochimaru clone, he just slithers away into a fucking drain and runs away. Our next jumping, actually, before I even get to our next jumping, there is one beat down that I have to talk about. Todo beating the shit out of Megumi for no reason.
Yeah, bro, okay. He has a point. That right there, I don't know. I don't know, bro. I don't know why he went after this man so much because of a stupid question.
Nitro says he didn't even do anything.
Yeah, he asked him a simple question, and because he just says, why does that matter? He just lost it, and he just kind of wailing on this dude. I was like, bro, is it that serious? Like I know that I don't appreciate a fight. It's an anime, but like, Jesus, it wasn't that serious. I don't think it was that serious, bro.
Todo showed up and was like, hey, listen, homeboy, what kind of women do you like? And by the way, depending on your answer, I will beat your ass half to death. Megumi ass was confused as fuck. He's like, what the hell? That makes no sense. Why would you do that? And he's like, bro, just tell me what kind of women you like. Megumi thinks, he's like, I mean, if she got a good personality, I don't see a problem. And
I'm not gonna lie, now him saying it back to us like this kind of makes him sound like a bitch, bro. Like, you kind of sound like a bitch. Like, you sound boring, bro. I'm kind of behind the ass kicking now. Bro, you sound kind of boring. I'm not even gonna kid. He kind of justifies the ass kicking now. You just sound like an asshole. You sound like an NPC at this point. Like, I don't think he deserves to get kicked, but when I think about it, when you really deep down think about it, I'm like, I don't think this is a necessary thing to happen, but the way this is stated and the way this is placed.
Then this motherfucker starts crying. And it's like, damn, Fushiguro.
Boring
Your
shit.
taste is trash. This nigga went on to give Fushiguro the worst of his life for not liking the same women as him. This nigga Todo is really something else. But that was just
I don't even think it's that. I honestly don't think that was the case. I think it was just too much of an NPC response. I don't think I like exactly the same type of women as him, but you just sound fucking boring. You suck at fucking boring.
appetizer to the main course meal, that is Hanami getting boxed up with the boogie woogie. Now before this fight, Todo and Itadori actually got into a little squabble themselves. And Todo asked him the same question.
Yeah, there we go.
What kind of women is your type? And this nigga answers, not gonna lie to you, bro. If she's tall and got a wagon that moves like Jello, bro, I'm gay. And Todo crying and was like, I finally found a best friend, bro. You're my brother now. And with that out of the way, these two gave Hanami a beating she will never forget. And yet, so she. Hanami showed up to the high school and started boxing.
Toto wants to be an Eskimo brother with this motherfucker. He wants to be Eskimo brothers. That's funny.
Everyone. There was nothing they could do about her. And then Maki showed up with her cursed tools. And you know, they actually started giving her the works. I'm not gonna lie. But in the middle of giving her the Fushiguro got got. Oh no, my God, you got God, bro. Next thing you know, he had these stupid plants growing out of him. And Hanami explained that the more techniques he tried to use, the deeper the roots are gonna go. Unfortunately, Maki got caught. And then Fushiguro started getting desperate. He was like, oh hell no, bro. I'm not gonna be the first person to go down, you know what? And he was about to use the curse technique. But Maki yelled at him and was like, nah, bro. Our job here is done. And then the Menace brothers showed up. Itadori and Todo to the fight. And then Fushiguro head ass gonna say this.
You die again and I'll kill you myself.
What?
What?
Bro, what are you talking about, man? What? Bro, go sit down somewhere, bro. Now the real fight starts, right? And Itadori kicks the fuck out of her. And she's like, damn, that nigga fast. But I could keep up with him. Now, as they continue fighting, Itadori goes and try to use a black flash.
What?
And fails. So Todo showed up and smacks the fuck out of him. Like, bro, what the fuck you doing? And then Todo starts giving this man a pep talk and mentions a honeymoon for some reason. I don't know why. But after the pep talk, Itadori was actually able to land a black flash. A real one. After getting smacked by the black flash, Hanami was like, you know what? I should take you niggas seriously. And releases her other hand. And then they start throwing hands, but it was going dummy in that fight, bro. And Hanami was thinking, hey, yo, if they continue like this, they might actually be able to damage me. And this bitch removed the plants from under their feet. After landing on their asses, but they just continue going at it like nothing happened. And then this bitch Hanami starts having an orgasm talking, Mahito, I'm finally getting a good fight. Like, bro, what are you talking? Bro, calm down. It's just a fight. But as they're fighting, she throws this man Todo. And he was about to get impaled, but then he clapped. I'm just joking. He clapped and switched positions with her. And Yuji was flabbergasted like, hey, yo, what the fuck? And then we get to the boogie woogie beatdown. They started jumping Hanami and wasn't giving her a chance.
Toto pulled some type of like, what's his name? Lemillion-like move. I'm gonna say a Lemillion-like move is not exactly the same, but it feels like it was on that level, if you get what I'm saying. Not like a Lemillion move from My Hero Academia. Like he pulled such a simple concept, and it became like one of the best moves in the fucking show. Like, it was crazy when you actually stop and think about it. I was like, wow, he can clap his hands and just teleport one place to the next based on who he looks at, I think, or some shit like that. That's just crazy. I'm like,
to do anything. Todo was clapping and switching positions with Yuji all over the place. She was coming to hit her.
I didn't know how effective that move truly was when you watch that. Like, that's an effective move. God damn, that disorients you. I think Mahito said that. He said when it happens, it's like a disorientating thing. It kind of throws you off for a loop. Even though you know it's gonna come, you still can't.
Getting smacked. While she's sitting there getting the paws put on her by this boogie woogie, this man starts styling on her. Bro, this nigga was literally striking back. I knew characters could get disrespectful in anime, but bro, this is another level. To be styling on your opponent as you guys are jumping her and striking poses for the gram. That is wild. Boy, bro, it didn't matter what she did, but she was just getting boxed. And this right here, ladies and gentlemen, this is the face you make when you are getting your ass thoroughly beat. I hate when I'm watching shonen, bro, and the main character will be getting pieced up by the villain, right? And the side characters are just sitting there giving reactions instead of helping. Like, damn, there's 7 of y'all standing there. Go jump this nigga nigga, bro. Like, stop standing around looking. Jujutsu Kaisen saw that trope and was like, nah, we not doing that, nigga. You getting jumped. You come on our turf and try to do some shit, but you getting your ass pieced up by everyone. They have no qualms about jumping your ass. But after that, Todo switched Itadori with the cursed tools that was left in the previous fight. And Hanami got some quick PTSD from when Maki was piecing her up with the tool. So she goes open a domain expansion. But you know the light-skinned god himself, Gojo, was not about to let that slide. He breaks the barrier that was trying to keep him out and showed his beautiful ass eyes. Now who getting rizzed up first? He teleports to the weird button and turns his limbs into Twizzlers by just looking at him. And then this nigga uses hollow purple and ends the whole fight. So yeah, Jujutsu Kaisen honestly has some of the best jumpings in anime. Cause these sorcerers give no fucks, bro. They're gonna jump you. And honest to God, I can't wait to see who gets the next jumping in JJK. Bye.
Okay. I'll put another show, but someone different. I'm gonna move on different. I think we overdid it with JP here. Actually, you know what? Okay. I'll pick someone else. Fuck it. We can always come back. Okay. Not that. Just replaying. Let's see. Save that for a video. Should. If Disney didn't abandon two. Okay, that's interesting to hear.
I'm so sorry for this insanely long hiatus. I'm so happy.
Lavenda TV Queen says, what's your thoughts on Lavender now? Drawing her new design from her old one.
The French translation of Unfamiliar.
I didn't really put thought into that. Like, let me see. What's your thoughts on Lavender now that you're drawing her? I think what's my thoughts is more of like how I'm much more I want to say the word refined, but a lot more confident in drawing characters like this because of previous works I've done for people and myself and all of the constant gesture drawings and stuff. So it's like I'm hoping this comes out as perfect as my back when I was doing the Halloween stuff. So let's hope she comes out great because we're still far from being done because I have to still line art everything. I'm just making everything look perfect sketch-wise, and then when we do the line art, that will be a lot faster. Because the better the sketch is, the better the line art will be. So I'm taking my time without doing it super fast. I would do it fast, but I feel like that'll be kind of like, it makes the quality look like shit. So I'm taking my time to do this in a way that it doesn't seem rushed. It feels like it was taken care of with enough care. And that's why I went back, instead of just leaving a star, I designed the star more stylized, like something from like Kingdom Hearts or something. And I made the circle from something like Sailor Moon. The moon, and from something like you see from anime like Sailor Moon. So I'm putting more effort into the designs and the small things and the overall keeping the concept the same. So
if I met you on that tour, every single person I met was so wonderful.
Lavenda TV Queen says, yeah, I love the way you're drawing her.
And I just wanted to thank you so much.
Let's hope she looks better by the time I'm done.
I want to thank you for your patience, and don't worry, the videos will be getting uploaded on their regular schedule starting now. Hey everybody, it's Lavender Town. When I was a kid, the way I could tell a Disney movie from, say, a DreamWorks or Pixar one was that Disney movies were in 2D. Often hand-drawn, hand-painted 2D, with movement referenced painstakingly from a human actor. Now it's a lot harder to tell. Disney shuttered its 2D studios and has abandoned its sincere fairy tale fare for more self-aware and snarky stories. To be clear, I'm not saying one is necessarily bad.
Lavenda TV Queen says, will you also add color and shade?
Yeah,
and I don't want to fall into the pit of thinking that everything was better and back in.
If I remember right, if I have to just go back and look, but yeah, you paid for coloring, so I have to do all that. And shading, I believe, it on
my day. But I do feel like we lost something here. mainly because Disney now is making something that we already had back in the day. And as they walk in the footsteps of competition, the competition has kept moving forward, making stylistically more interesting 3D films, while Disney doesn't seem able or willing to do the same. And I find it hard to defend this current era of Disney when they're releasing things like Mufasa and Anna 2 into theaters. But what if Disney had never shut down their 2D studios? What if all their modern stars were done in their old school 2D style? That's the question I try to answer today. As a little style experiment, I'm going to try to take the modern 3D characters of Disney films from this era and do my best to mimic their old style. Starting off, I wanted to try to do an animal character first, mainly because when I was interested in Disney, I really liked the stories with animals the most. I loved Jungle Book and Aristocats and Fox and the Hound, even though it pretty much ripped my heart from my body. So I'm going to try to do my first style emulation with the rabbit Judy Hopps from Zootopia. Zootopia was an interesting Disney movie. It was utilizing...
Wait, are you drawing them as actual animals in their animalistic form? But with the clothes still on them? I thought she was going to draw them from their 3D counterparts into a 2D.
Lavenda TV Queen says Aristocats will always be my favorite movie.
Everybody wants to be a cat.
The writer that made many Pixar movies really popular, John Lasseter. This was before his big fall from grace.
Wait. Talks about John Lasseter to a certain degree, but let's be honest, they only kicked him because they want him shoehorn him out because of whatever business reasons. They didn't really get rid of him because of the whole hugging thing. They just used that as an excuse to get rid of him. Because, let's just put something in perspective. The same person who made a complaint or made a said complaint that hugged someone a little too tight than usual, I don't know if that person still works around him. I doubt it. But he was able to pull majority of Disney animators from Disney to come and work with him at, I think, at a Sundance studio they're working on to make new movies and stuff, or whatever case we are, animated movies. And he took a bunch of them, and it's not all men. Majority of them was women. So I don't know how much of a bad person as he claims to be if a bunch of women not only left with him, but also stand up for him for what. So I don't think he's a bad guy if a bunch of women's on his side like that. Maybe it was a misunderstanding or whatever case may be, but I do not think whatever he was doing was malicious. Maybe he did probably hug.
Lovely Queen says I agree.
So I'm saying, like, it doesn't make sense. Like, if he was much of a predator, why a bunch of, and he took a bunch of them, not a good 5 or 10. He took like a good set of them from Disney. And I'm pretty sure Disney hates him for that. But, you know, John Lasseter, because once he left, that's when all the Pixar movies went downhill. Because he was like the head director of like Pixar at the time. And that's when all the movies went out the left. And I think the reason why they got rid of him is he will not allow them to push their agenda onto their movies. And then they had a reason, so they found a reason someone made, or it could be even fabricated. They had some woman come up there, hug him, and then make a complaint, and then like, you know what I'm saying? Because a bunch of them left Disney just to work for him, knowing what happened after the fact. So that tells me that Disney just got rid of him for the sake of getting rid of him. So he didn't really face. If anything, he was framed, if anything.
Zootopia ended up becoming popular, and I do think that this was a major example of Disney kind of abandoning.
Because I noticed that when these men get in trouble like this, they usually have a flurry of men popping out of nowhere saying that this happened to them too. After that happened, no one came out saying that nothing else happened to him. No one else had any type of experience like that other than that one instance at D20. So, like, you know, that tells you something to a certain degree. I don't think he's the monster you guys put him out to be. I think even Neon talked about this on Clownfish TV. They talked about this very problem. They're under the suspicion that they got rid of him for getting rid of him because of business and political reasons, not because he did something to someone. They actually believe that person was a plant at a certain degree.
Its previous taste, not just visually, but its storylines. You can see that in Zootopia, there's a real push to be kind of modern, and time has always been kind of interesting with Disney movies. A lot of Disney movies are adapted from older fairy tales even when these movies were being made all those years ago. So there would be hints of modern things, like a lot of the Disney princesses would have little flares on them that would imply the era that the movie was actually made rather than the movie was in. For example, the hairstyles often reflected when the movie was released, not when the movie was actually set. But it was always sort of a mixture of times, whereas a movie like Zootopia is pretty much straight up like a modern movie. You see them with iPhones, essentially, modern police department. And the whole structure of Zootopia is very clearly in a modern setting. It's not that this never happened back in the day with Disney movies, but it was much less. It was usually some sort of time mixing. Now, fortunately, there's a ton of references I can use from the old Disney because there are so many rabbit characters. We have Thumper from Bambi. We have rabbits in really old cute Disney animations from back when they were doing more of that rubber hose kind of thing. We have rabbit characters from Robin Hood. We, of course, have the White Rabbit from Alice in Wonderland. So it did make it easier for me to reference, but it was still very, very difficult. This was kind of my first practice attempt at imitating this style, and I did find it quite difficult. It has an interesting aura to it. I feel like with the beautiful painted backgrounds, it's hard to even get that kind of level of authenticity on a digital art program. I tried my best to imitate it here, and I also tried to make sure that my method of like building up the shapes was the same with like animator's pencil and that sort of thing, but I still think this one's kind of a flop, though. She does look sort of all chubby like this. Like all the rabbit characters from before are kind of like chunked up, even the girly girl ones at the bottom. So she looks really but I don't know if it's exactly right. One of my favorite things ever is looking at the old video clips that they use to animate really old like Disney princess movies off of. It's really weird and amazing to see how they used to do it, and these big like circles of animators watching this model essentially run around and dance around with her big puffy hair and her big puffy dress. So I wanted to kind of emulate that with our attempt at Rapunzel. Tangled was like the first big 3D Disney princess movie, and I do think that it paved the way for everything that's happening now. I still see her face kind of on faces of all of the 3D Disney princesses, even the ones who have quite a different sculpt from her. Something about her like quirkiness and her eyes and everything. I even see characters like Moana who have a pretty different like face sculpt to her. I don't know if that's just me, but I do feel like she's kind of embedded herself into all the future Disney princesses that we see. I wanted to, for this one, reference a real image of a real pin. Here I decided to use a girl who was doing aerial silks because I thought that would be the best sort of imitation of the way that she's always sliding around in the movie. And then for her face, I wanted to get that right because I felt like I kind of messed it up with our Judy Hopps character. So I have images of young characters faces. As you can see, we have Snow White, who's 14, 15, and Alice, who's a little younger than that. Now, Rapunzel is supposed to be like 18, but she comes across as quite a bit younger than that, so I decided to use a younger face. She still looks than she does in the 3D. This is something that I've noticed. The older Disney like hand-drawn girls look older than 3D ones, even like Elsa, who's supposed to be like 21 or something like that. It's just the way that they're stylizing with much bigger eyes. It makes them look very babyish, and especially in the 3D, I think that makes it even more looking. So they look very young, and it's interesting because I'm literally using like a child aerial silk model and images of even younger Disney characters from the past, and she still looks so much older and more mature in my drawing. I don't know if I just messed something up or if this is just a feature that they're stylizing now, but I do think aerial silks was the right way to go. I feel like her pose is kind of like a more poised and natural version of what she'd end up doing in actual film. I know that Walt Disney himself really got very attached to this more realistic style of animation where the bodies are moving more in the way that a real human's body would move. And it's interesting because it's kind of gone back to the oldest form of animation where everything's pretty exaggerated and pushed really far, like the poses are pushed really far. I like stylization, so I don't think one is better than the other. And I have actually a real soft spot for the rubber hose, really dramatic style, old school animation. But I do think it's interesting that like this really lifelike type of animation is basically gone now, and counting like again the quote unquote live action Lion King, which like we're not even going to call it that. Like, let's be serious. This is a CGI movie, but we have kind of lost that. Everyone's very like cartoony again. I think this is Disney trying to imitate Pixar and DreamWorks, who were doing really well. But yeah,
I think she got the pose pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, but it's the face that's fucking with me. Anyone else feeling that way? Because like it's the face that's really bothering me. But the pose is fine. I think the pose is perfectly fine the way it is.
Lavenda TV Queen says you agree.
Yeah, I'm just looking at it. I'm like, it's so like distinct. I don't know if anyone else feels that way, but it just feels that way. Like the face. I think it's she didn't. Oh, I know what it is. She didn't line them up correctly. She was supposed to tilt this more like this, and then it'll be more lined out. And then the nose is a little. It's kind of like. The bridge here needs to be pushed up more to give that more of that, and then she should have went not so straight with, been more rounded with the nose, and then it would have made more sense. I think that's where it left, and that's where the issue comes in with the lips, because once the nose is pushed down like this the way it is, the lips has to follow through.
Lavenda TV Queens.
Yeah, I think it was the face. The gesture is perfectly fine. I think it's good. Actually, when I look at it, it's just the face just fucking scratching. I'm just, ugh.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting seeing her in a more naturalistic pose where everything's not par and she looks a little bit more human and less doll-like. But yeah, I was pretty happy with how this one turned out. Next up, I wanted to try Elsa, and I had a good feeling about this one because I felt like she would map onto two previous examples. For her face, I thought the angularity of Aurora would work really nicely, and then for her dress and her coloration, I thought Cinderella would be perfect. Initially, I was quite worried because her 3D model has this really glittery dress, and in 3D, glittery is a lot easier because you can literally like put a glittery material on your 3D model and just kind of move it around. Not a big deal, but when you're hand drawing something over and over and over again, you can't really do that as well. But luckily we have this great example with Cinderella of how glitter would be done by hand in a realistic way, and so I was able to just pretty much copy that. So her face was my first concern, and this was the time where I really started to notice the way line art is done. In pretty much all the Disney films that I've looked at that are 2D, the line art is colored, and is colored to be as close as possible while still being visible to the color that is the area. So it gives it an overall softer look, and it explains to me why when I've tried to do this in the past, my art has never looked like tile. It's because I was using hard black line art, and of course that's not going to look right because apparently this softness was a really key.
That's a. I don't know if you guys noticed this, but I learned this from Rhino Tuna on this very thing. So what he taught was like the idea of don't use straight up black for the. Want to make it look more softer. Color the line art with a more closer color to what the skin color is. You'd be surprised how much softer it'll look. It looks too harsh like you're doing if you're doing like a comic book thing, it will work. But if you're doing like a drawing of something just like kind of offhand, it's going to look really harsh like. So whenever I use I color the line art, I use a a linear burn. It darkens it harder than using a multiply layer. A lot of people use multiply. That's what most people know.
Lavenda TV Queen says that's what I did. That's also why I don't like my art on paper.
I understand. I understand.
Factor in the way that these images looked, which is really obvious now that I'm looking at them closely. But that's one of the reasons these style challenges can be really fun and rewarding. If you don't actually nail it, you've still learned something new, which I think is really cool. Now, one of the issues I ran into with this one is that as I was sort of color copying Cinderella onto Elsa, I definitely noticed that Cinderella has a blonde tone. Initially, I was going to just push past it and pick out my own like platinum silvery color for her hair, but I ended up actually keeping it like this because I thought it was really interesting seeing her kind of embodying this different color palette. I thought it was actually really pretty, like it looks so soft, and I do feel like that platinum blonde is just very, very modern. So in order to really make her look like a retro Elsa from a, you know, an alternate universe where Frozen came out in like the 50s, I thought it would look really cool. So this one I wasn't as happy with because I think I made her eyes too big, but other than that I was pretty okay with it. Okay, last up
she kind of did the opposite like the other one. It's weird. She made the face okay, but she made the body very stiff. That's weird. That's I hate when that happens. Like if we go back a little bit.
I wanted to do May eyes too big, but other than that,
the face is fine. She did great on the face. It's the pose feels very stiff, especially that arm. I don't know. It's weird. The last one, great gesture. The other one, the face was just wild. Now the face is great, but the off is not off, but it's just very. It's nothing wrong with it. It's just like it's just really boring. It's like really stiff. I would have did a little bit more with it, but
pretty okay with it. Okay, last up I wanted to do May from Turning Red. Now, I wanted to use this example because this is a situation where the thing I said before is actually not true, where I was basically criticizing Disney for not doing anything interesting stylistically with their more modern movies, and using it in more interesting ways. This is one example where that's not true. Turning Red is actually a really well animated movie, and it does look super unique. Like as you're watching it, every single way that the characters move and the way that they are stylized is really different to any other Disney movie that I've seen. It is clearly inspired by Akira Toriyama, the creator behind Dragon Ball, and I just think that that's so cute and so clever. Such a great way to make 3D look really different. She also snaps into poses a lot rather than smoothly flowing between them the way that they do in a lot of the other 3D Disney flicks. I think this movie is massively underrated. A perfect movie, but I really do think it kind of got ripped off by not being released in theaters, and I think it would have been a way huger hit if it was given the kind of support.
Wait, this movie did not come out in theaters? Holy shit, it didn't come out in theaters? Did it just went on Disney Plus? Oh shit, I did not know that. This show I thought this movie went in theaters. This is probably, wait, wasn't this within the time of the pandemic?
La Venda TV Queen says no, it on came out in Disney.
Oh. Wait, hold on. 2022. When did the 2020? Okay, it was in 20. So that's 2 years later. Huh. Okay. Yeah.
That a lot of their other movies got. So anyway, in trying to draw this character in the old style, it's a little tricky because we don't have a ton of similar references. For her hair, I kind of utilized Snow White as an example because they do have a similar hair structure. I looked at Mulan, of course, because she's like one of the only major East Asian Disney characters that were ever in 2D. But other than their ethnicity, their faces don't really look anything alike, so I couldn't really that reference as much. I basically based her off of other like children from old Disney movies, and again, like her nose is really small and she's got pretty round eyes and a pretty like big expressive mouth. So I did to keep those features on her while also mapping to this much more subdued stylization. I do think it just makes her look way less interesting. Like, I'm such a fan of the way that Turning Red was animated that for me to look at this as anything other than a massive downgrade, but I did my best. And honestly, I just wanted to talk about Turning Red at the end of this movie. Also swapped out her Tamagotchi with a clock just so that it would look more like an old and period PC, and I also reduced some of the detail on her sweater. Just again, when you're not doing 3D and you're doing 2D, these types of patterns are too much of a pain in the...
But wait, Turning Red set in like the late 90s, early 2000s. Why would you put it so back in like the 50 like I don't know, like what she's trying, I don't know what time period she's going for, but you know, you could have left the Tamagotchi. Just kind of makes more sense, unless she was just avoiding drawing the Tamagotchi in general and just made that excuse.
But so I did want to make that a little simpler for our imaginary 2D animators who would have to move her. Okay, so here are some of our 3D girls flattened. It was fun to talk about this. I still think I need to practice the stylization a bit more, but please let me know if you try yourself, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you so much to my wonderful patrons and members, including Stop Spinning, Silva Soul, West Art Channel, A Playful Fonz, Piplup the Third, Mash In It, Forco, Honey Kitten 18, Nico, Novel Goblin, Laura, Data, Lily McFarlane, Artist James, Skit, Gold Pikachu, Among Us Skibbity, Azri Cryptid, Glee, Hoodie Doodle, River D Goblin, Gato de Luz, Goodbye Number 4, Raz Tarosh, Kobe Octo VTuber, Graveyard Moss, Grexius, Maddie Momo, The Midwestern Menace, CB, Lucia Majiki, Liv Liv, Ravens Crow, Sasala, Tiho Music, Jabber Dabber Doo, Light Julie, Kadaria, Astro Fox Art, The Expressive Poker Face, Lucky, Cutie Pie, Cola, JJ Jade, and...
Okay, we got it. We got the point. Let's see here. Wait. Nah, that's too deep into something I don't want to jump into. I just really hate 2D animation so much. For love. Meadow forms the head. What? MC the formula for me the Voltron. What's that? Jumping. Nah, not in formula. Wrong. Modern. I don't know. Bruh, you no, I'm gonna leave that one. Crash. I don't think I was gonna. Okay, where's Mighty Ghost? Fuck this. Let me get Mighty Ghost up here. Get it. Look at. Let's see here. Cancelled. You know what? Jackie Chan's not.
We now join the J-Team auditions in progress.
Gee, Mr. Chan, I'd give anything to be a member of the J-Team.
What skills do you have?
I'm a pawn trainer. Pokeball, go!
I forgot how cringe these used to be. I thought that was kind of cool as a kid, but now when I look back as an adult, man, these are fucking cringe.
Alright! I captured Jackie Chan! So, does this mean I get to make the team? No.
Join the J-Team by watching Jackie Chan Adventures.
Jackie Chan Adventures was an animated show from the early 2000s on the Kids WB block, home to many bangers like AnimeArt, Static Shock, and Mucha Lucha, though some of you might have seen the show on Cartoon Network or Jetix. I remember loving this show growing up.
Yeah, this shit was on Jetix, right? That was a weird thing, right? That was a weird transition. It was from... That was a weird time. A weird thing to be on, like, because we all knew that anything WB was Warner, right? So if it went to Cartoon Network, it was not that far off because Warner owns Cartoon Network. Same thing as the Kids WB show block, or come out on like Saturday mornings. We knew that. So like when they moved like 4Kids TV shows to Cartoon Network, it was far gone. Like seeing Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to Shaman King, Pokemon, blah blah blah, right? And then at one point, most of these shows either diverged into Nickelodeon or Disney. I forgot that they put Jackie Chan Adventures on Jetix. That's weird. Now looking back at it, I do remember that. That is weird as hell.
I was already a huge fan of his movies. One of the first ones I ever saw were two, even though I was way too young. When I found out that Jackie Chan was getting his own show and it was going to be animated, I was hyped, and it soon became one of the best parts of my Saturday mornings. Out of all of the celebrity-led cartoon shows I've come across, this is one of the best ones. Probably Class of 3000. Granted, I haven't seen many celeb tunes. I never saw The Adventures of Muhammad Ali, that Hulk Hogan show, the Mr. T show, or Pros, and I never really cared for Mike Tyson's Mystery Adventure. So let's find out exactly what makes Jack...
I think only Adult Swim fans cared about that. I did not even watch that show once. I think I saw like part of an episode. Something about a bird and the bird can talk. I think the guy who used to voice the bird is dead now. I think he was the same voice actor who played Death in Family Guy at one point. In the early episodes when Death's leg wasn't working because his leg, and he couldn't do anything, so he had to stay in bed. And he told Peter, "Don't tell people I'm not alive or not working because that'll cause serious problems," and didn't listen. So
Jackie Chan Adventure is so great. Or is it all nostalgia bias? And where's the best place to start? That's right, the pilot.
Hey Jackie.
Yes.
Watch your cartoon series?
Of course, definitely, yes. I have to watch every episode. It's just like my movie. I want to make a movie. Everybody understand what I'm doing.
You know when you're bullshitting? We all know that's bullshit. He has to promote the show, but like he doesn't have to watch it. He doesn't watch every episode. What the fuck he's gonna learn from like a 2D show? You know what I'm saying? They may take his shows, his movies, where he can't be, but no, he doesn't like his fucking shows. He probably watched like 1 or 2 episodes, but he ain't watching every show.
I want to make sure the cartoon is me, and also the cartoon is good for the kids. Nothing wrong. It's always the good things. Yeah.
The episode starts with Jackie on an archaeological mission looking for the treasure of Mad King Ludwig. They soon find the treasure, but before Jackie could warn them about booby traps, this nigga says one.
I forgot. Jackie Chan was an archaeologist, so he's pretty much Asian Indiana Jones in the show.
More small cave says me.
So tell me how there was no DEI, or how we need DEI, right? There's Laura Croft, a woman, archaeologist. There's Indiana Jones, white guy, archaeologist. There's Jackie Chan Adventures, guy, archaeologist. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I said, there were more diversity without the forced diversity. You just didn't know it. And I think a lot of liberals kind of like forgot that the early 2000s, 2010s, and even 90s.
More
80s,
small case
70s.
says I think in Stardew, the black guy is a scientist.
You know what I'm saying, right? So, and that's an indie game. Well, I think now it's not considered indie now because the guy's famous, but it is what it is.
Really, nigga?
Jackie springs into action, showcasing his quick thinking and athleticism. This is also where we first hear Jackie's iconic catchphrase.
Bad day.
Bad day, bad day, bad day, bad day, bad day.
I don't remember him
Jackie
saying
manages to make it out with the help of a mysterious shield. From here, we see Jackie being watched by two different mysterious people. Next, we have the theme song. Jackie Chan Adventures might have the theme song without any lyrics. Like deadass, this is one of the coolest theme songs I've ever heard.
Yeah, I went lot. Then they changed it a little bit too.
With Jackie at
Morris Maltese says Enid had a girl apprentice.
Characters in the
Yes, his niece was a girl apprentice. How can girls say there was no girls in these shows? And she was the girl. Jade was the original girl boss. If you think about it, she was the original girl boss. She was a Korra before Korra became Korra. You know what I'm saying? She didn't really fight, but she had that dog in her that she wanted to fight. And I think she actually got in the fight because she had one of the talismans at one point or something like that. So I don't know. Where's this diversity that we're lacking? Where's that diversity, bro?
Oh, you did not make coffee this morning. Coffee is the only thing keeping Uncle's ancient heart beating.
I forgot how much Uncle was a total stereotype, but I loved every second of it. Everything Uncle said was funny because either it felt he was not pleased or he was like, well, you know, it is what it is. You didn't really get mad at him. I didn't hate him. I just thought it was really funny every time he always got with the two fingers.
Want that, Uncle?
Uncle is giving
One
him
more
a rundown
thing
for all that he has to do in the shop before casually dropping that his niece Jade is here to stay for a year.
This is Jade, your niece. She will live with you for a year. Okay. I have a niece?
I didn't know this is how we met Jade. I always assumed that she was there from the start.
Yeah, I don't remember that. Well, no, I do remember she looking like that. I remember she was like folding arms with the back. I don't remember she saying he didn't know any. I assumed she was like there.
She and Jackie already knew each other. This whole situation's kind of wild. Homie had his own life and now is forced to take care of a child that nobody told him about. They know nothing about each other. He doesn't even know she speaks English.
Hell, Ma.
Soon after, three guys walk into the shop asking about the shield Jackie found. They give a vague threat and leave the shop, causing Jackie to investigate. After parkouring all through, he gets caught on a bad pipe and falls on their car.
Oh!
I don't know what it is about Jackie Chan's design, but it came off pretty Goku-esque if this was made in America. I think Goku would look like this if this was made in America. Don't anyone agree on this? I feel like that's what it feels like. For some weird reason, his design comes off Goku-esque, and I don't know why. And I don't know how to put my finger on it. I don't know if it's like the hair or just something about it.
With that sus-ass face. Next, we have our first fight, and it doesn't disappoint. Homie whoops their ass all over the playground. Also, while this is happening, just there the whole time, apparently. But before Jackie has a chance to process, he's knocked out by one of the men we saw earlier. Soon after Jackie wakes up, it's here where we get introduced to Captain Black. Apparently, he and Jackie go way
Where have you been? I don't hear from you for 6 years. Boom! You're in San Francisco, but
Annoyed at being knocked out, he stumbles upon a secret entrance to Section 13. He explains to Jackie that the reason why he's here is to not only lead the organization, but to also stop the new crime syndicate, the Dark Hand. From here, we meet up with the leader of the Dark Hand, Valmont, the other man we saw earlier. His goons are in the process of explaining exactly how they got their ass beat by one man. He calls for the muscle of the group, Toru, who's also tired of this. We also meet the demon sorcerer Shindu and his super ninjas. Back at Section 13, Captain Black offers Jackie a job to help figure out why the Dark Hand is so interested in the shield. Then, out of nowhere, Jade comes through on a moped.
Here to explain how our security was penetrated by a child.
Knowing that going forward, she will do this damn near every episode, it's hilarious to think that they tried to stop it. Soon after, Uncle calls. He discovers that the shield itself isn't important, but rather the incantation on it. But before he could say more, Toru's big back ass shows up and kidnaps him. Oh well, blubber back ass nigga rushes back to the shop in search of the shield. Once he finds it, he makes his way to the meetup, preparing to go in, just for Jade to show up again out of nowhere.
Uncle's up there, huh?
You speak English?
You know I do.
So what part of go to your room do you not understand?
Why that's so funny to me. That's actually pretty funny.
You know what? I get why your parents sent you here. The amount of patience you must have to not send her ass back to Hong Kong. This is your first day, and you're running around.
Isn't there like an episode where he kind of gets really angry at her, yells at her, and she kind of like gets extremely shocked by his reaction or something? Isn't there like an episode like that? Because I remember there was like an episode where he was like, he gets angry because his friend Mr. Black, or his name is, or Agent Black, gets hurt. And I think it was Jackie's fault, and he gets like really angry. The whole episode's about being like knowing how to control one's anger or something. And I think it had to do with the talismans or something, but I forgot.
Around like it's a damn game. Uncle got kidnapped. There are people after us.
Lavenda TV Queen says, does anyone remember a show where these teams find an asteroid?
An asteroid? Like, what's the concept? What's the whole thing?
Threw an uncle on the roof of the building, but instead of a trade, he throws the shield, leaving an opening for Jade to grab Uncle to make their escape.
Fool! Say sayonara to your uncle!
Before Jackie can make a run for it, the Shadowcons show up, and we have another badass fight. They soon have him cornered on the building, but luckily Jade and Uncle made it out. He throws it down to the ground, but it is quickly intercepted by Toru.
Lavenda TV Queen says, and out of nowhere they turned into the
They
Nazers.
lost the shield.
Oh, they turned into dinosaurs? We find an asteroid and they turn into dinosaurs. That does not ring a bell in the slightest. How old is this? How old is this show?
Uncle reminds them that the shield isn't important, but the talisman inside. Luckily for them, Jade took the talisman without Toru noticing.
More
Uncle
small
explains
cage says
there
that
are
sounds
11
like a Ranger
talismans,
problem.
Each one marked with a symbol from the Chinese zodiac. Captain Black offers Jackie the job one more time, and with a little help from Jade, he accepts. And the episode ends, setting up the adventure of season 1.
Lavenda TV Queen says it all worked it when I was like 9.
Wait. Hold up.
Lavenda TV Queen says, no, it's not Power Rangers.
Is it called Dino Squad? I'm assuming that's what it's called. I doubt this is it, but I'm thinking this is what you're referring to. I really doubt this is it, but this is the... Yes, okay.
Lavenda TV Queen says yes.
I have nothing... What in the Dino Squad?
Morris Small Cage says, oh my god, I vaguely remember that.
Dino Squad. Dude. Why does the banana smell? 07. Oh, that's how old it is. Okay.
Lavenda TV Queen says, I've seen it a long time ago.
It was on Dick Entertainment. Aired block on CBS. Oh, it was on CBS. That's why I've never seen it. CBS. It's on Tubi. It's on the Tubi streaming service. You can go watch it there. But it's an animation American television series that was produced by Dick Entertainment, DIC, which is funny. Still to this funny because they call it Dick Entertainment. Aired on something block on CBS. On
Lavenda TV Queen says, yeah, CBS, that's where I seen it.
Yeah, I never even the cartoons back then. Or no, yeah, I never know they had cartoons. Shit, that's crazy. Yeah, this came out in 07. I think that came around the. If this is in 07, this show came out around the same one show called Chaotix. Chaotix. So it was like.
Then the TV Queen says I forgot about CBS.
Does anyone remember that show, Chaotix? Is it Chaotix? It's like a show where kids like play a video game, but they're like it's a virtual reality where they kind of.
More Small Cave says kinda.
It's like they have like. Hold on.
Lavenda TV Queen says, can I see a picture of it?
Oh, found it. I didn't think I was gonna remember. Oh, I actually remember the name. Jesus Christ. Damn, it looks like it's from the same show too. I mean, know this? It's like Chaotix. It's kind of like if you take virtual reality and Yu-Gi-Oh or something. I think they changed the animation over time. I think by season 2 or 3. Never watched it, but I know of it. I think it used to play on.
Lavenda TV Queen says, think I have seen it.
Yeah, it was like a card game, and then you put the cards into the slot of the what do you call it? The virtual reality thing. You become that monster. You can your mind or like your body. Something. It was kind of copying like a Digimon thing going on, but it was a video game itself. It was literally a game. Yeah, I remember this was a card game to a certain degree. Huh.
More Small Cave says, reason I had a Codely Loco vibe without the.
Yeah, it was like that. Think of Yoko, but like cards and video games and stuff.
Lavenda TV Queen says Denise was amazing.
It came out in 06. It's also on Tubi and Amazon, but like, it came out 06, a year before your show that you mentioned. So John Shannon voiced Mecha. Oh, he did. Okay, makes sense. Okay. The dude, the voice of Goku, voiced I think the green guy, and I think he was the main dude that the main character played out, I believe, if I remember right.
That was Jackie Chan Adventures, the pilot. This shit bangs. I remember liking it as a kid, but I don't remember it's good. One of the things that makes this more than just a cartoon with Jackie Chan's name on it is how it incorporates Jackie Chan as a celebrity, stuntman, and movie star. It feels like Jackie Chan, if that makes sense. It has all of his mannerisms from the movies. I love how it looks. There's something about the background and this freehand sketch style that I love. I don't know how else to explain it. I never realized how expressive the animation was. It adds to the charm and the humor.
Johnny! You're evil! You're evil!
The cameras can be a little off at times. Their eyes can trail off sometimes, like Bernie Mac, but I got used to it after the first season. The animation really shines in the combat. Fighting style.
More Small Cave says
Jackie
low.
already fights kind of cartoony, but they really captured his creativity. There's always an element of fun to his fights. I mean, I love a good Ip Man, John Wick type of fight, but there is a talent being able to fight engaging, creative, and fun.
Lavenda TV Queen says Doseni remembered Denise Kingdom.
Has he ever whooped ass with Aladdin? There are a bunch of different references to his movies throughout the show that I never noticed as a kid, but can now appreciate as an adult.
Dinosaur Kingdom. Is this a place? It's not a show.
Lavenda TV Queen says you can still with it on Netflix.
Netflix?
More Small Cave says you will likely like the movie Line Before Time.
Oh, I hate those fucking. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm sorry, I'm not the right one when it comes to dinosaurs. When it comes to dinosaurs, I never watch shows or movies. I never like watching shows and movies with dinosaurs. Not because I was scared or anything. It was just I found them incredibly boring.
Lavenda TV Queen says, or was it Denise Raw?
Dinosaur Raw. Is this a show? Dinosaur Raw. No, I don't see anything that says that.
More small caves, prehistoric times.
Yeah, I do not like watching dinosaurs. I find them extremely boring. I never saw that.
Morris Mulcahy says there was a hub show. I forgot the name. It was these PPL that got trapped time traveling.
Is he drunk? Yeah, drunk Jackie, let's go! I don't remember him. I don't remember him doing drunk style. I don't remember him doing that. Does anyone remember him going drunk style? What the hell? When did they ever pull that off on a kid's show? I can say on Naruto because we saw Lee do that, but like that's knack. I never remember him using drunk style, actually drunk, doing the fighting moves. Like, the hell? I gotta go rewatch this show on VR chat. What the fuck?
It's not just his movies either. In season 3, we meet a guy named Bartholomew Chang.
That's probably
that's
how
how
we
reference
learned
to
it.
Mr.
Yeah.
Hand.
Lavenda
from the Bruce
TV
Lee
Queen
movie
says my bad. It's
In fact, the
Dinosaur
whole
King my
episode is a
bad.
parody of the
Dinosaur
movie.
King?
Are you certain you wish to serve me? Of course, Master Chang. Then prove yourself, Sumo. Bury our intruder.
Man, you come right out of a comic book.
This show was funnier than I expected. Like a dead ass, this had me dying sometimes.
Show me my room, Toru. No room here. What do you think? This is a hotel. Only for roaches.
Also, I don't remember.
I know Dinosaur King. Never watched it, but it looks like it was trying to sell you a toy. I think there's a video game of this. It's an anime. I know of this anime. I haven't watched it, but I've seen pictures of this. Never ever seen anyone talk about it, but I know of this. I don't know the premise. I don't know the reason, but it looks like it was trying to sell you like a toy, like Beyblade or something, but I don't think it ever caught on because I don't think young boys are into dinosaurs these days. It want to be the next TikTok. Original Digimon. Yeah, that's pretty much what that is. Probably sell you something. It's in that particular anime art style where it looks more geared to kids. It's trying to take it too seriously. It's like trying to sell you a toy or a product tie-in type stuff.
Lavenda TV Queen says no, it wasn't. It was to show important dinosaurs are.
Oh, because I put Dinosaur King. That's what popped up. I don't see anything else. Yeah, nothing else comes up.
Living this many pop culture references. I didn't mind
with cards,
them, but
okay.
Still.
Must destroy Turbo Troll.
Sure, Chucky ain't lost.
There's also a big.
Lavenda TV Queen says, you know, it didn't have any murk.
Ah, the Duke. Saddle up, Pilgrim.
Happy Thanksgiving, Pims.
But moments before, Jay talks about her favorite actor, Raphael Capri Sun or some shit, a parody of Leonardo DiCaprio.
Hello, Raffaello Di Capizio is only the greatest movie star in the history of history.
So I guess they just pick and choose whether or not niggas exist in their world. Something I felt added to the quality of the show was the Q&A segments at the end of every episode. It worked as a dope cameo and added to the show's authenticity. Also, side tangent, growing up in a Christian household, there was a lot of shows I wanted to watch. Yu-Gi-Oh!, The Mummy, Cow and Chicken, because of the red guy.
Hello! You's a freaky ass nigga!
And he was too. He really was. You can't even be mad. Bro was really weird like that. He was weird. He was on that weird shit. He was really weird. Oh God.
Think of it, the theme song may have all part.
Mama had a chicken, Mama had a cow, Dad was proud, he didn't care how.
And that's how liberalism started.